Come into the room. Come into the room. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents, and other family members that may be affected. Come on into the room, family. I see many of you have already shown up and y'all interacting. Give me a moment and we're going to get started. Glad to see everybody's made it in. So family, we're glad that you're here. We're gonna greet some of the people that are here. Let's get into it tonight. We thank y'all for showing up in a timely manner, and that's how we should do. Come on in and start saying hi to each other and greeting one another, because we're gonna finish up the information that we started last week. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Like, for those that are new to the channel, I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, their dependents, and other family members that may be affected. Family, we come on into the room. Let's talk about it. We got Betty Bob said, H-Town Hope, you had a beautiful Sunday. How is your mouth? Well, they gave me some similar ibuprofen, similar to Tylenol, and it's like 500 milligrams. And so when I take it, it helps. I'm going to the dental in the morning, so I'm glad that you asked and you showing concern. It haven't been hurting like it was. The antibiotics. Matter of fact, I need to take one of the antibiotics. It kind of helped there. But I don't think the problem will really be solved until it's removed. Now, happy Mother's Day to those of you that are mothers. Let me come up on the full screen. We want to say happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the house. Then Coasty said, hello, H-Town and family. See, the importance of what we're doing here, the way we are affirming each other, the way we are communicating, family, it makes the difference, because we know who we're dealing with. Now, Coasty said, hey, Betty, and Betty say, hello, Coasty. Then we have MG Smith says, good evening, Betty Bobs and Coasty. Betty Bob says, hello, MG Smith. MG Smith says, pouring down raining here, and I'm assuming Tennessee. You say Somethingville, Tennessee. What part of Tennessee is that? You always say it. Now, Betty Bob say it's 72 degrees and sunny here in Maryland. I wonder what the temperature is where I'm at. Let's see what's going on. 78 degrees here in Richmond, Texas, with a low of 63. Family, we get into it. And MG Smith says, Betty Bob's, you're doing okay this evening? Everybody's checking in. So Betty Bob's goes on to say, I am doing okay, MG Smith. How are you doing? Betty Bob said the sound is fine. I'm assuming that the music is okay too. And then MG Smith says, H-Town, good evening to you. Good evening, my brother H-Town. Brother MG Smith. And then MG Smith says, I'm good, thank you. Betty Bob said, thank you, H-Town. Always blessings to all the mothers out there. Because without our mothers, we wouldn't be here. We know the daddy was around the scene of the crime. We understand that. We thank the mothers for carrying them for 9 months, or however many months you carried the child. Okay, MG Smith said 200 miles east of Nashville, Cooksville. Can y'all cook over there? And he say everything sounds good. And family, we're going to get to it here. We thank you for showing up. Let's handle this business. And I want to give a special thanks to y'all. And we're going to talk about a few things and go over, finish up the video that we started, certain parts of it. Here, we're trying to build a bridge. We're trying to get y'all to come over here. Everybody is welcome. Okay? That's the issue. The good thing about the channel is everybody's welcome. The bad thing about the channel is everybody is welcome. So that means trolls will come through too from time to time. They'll come in and out because they can't help themselves. People that don't have a social group, they have to come somewhere because of the fact many of them know that they have antisocial behavior, and they know it's going to eventually they're going to run people away. So, but they come in, clown a little bit, trying to run, then try to run off. But we welcome everybody here. And let me see, brother Dallas Vasquez say, hello from Kansas. Yes, indeed. I'm wondering where our sister from Missouri, Tonkator, we miss her so much. But we know y'all be busy. Have so many people that come through. We thank y'all. So y'all are welcome here. Regardless of your branch of service, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, doesn't matter. And Space Force too. Now, family, and it doesn't matter. We don't rank veterans here. Okay, here at this channel, you're not special because you're in special forces. You're not special because you're a combat veteran. You're not special because you were a military officer or an E8 or an E7. All veterans have the same rank here. We're fellow veterans. That's it. Fellow and female veterans. Your gender doesn't give you a special status. And all veterans, even the ones that are not acknowledged, you're welcome here too. Did you hear me? Now, Betty Bob say, Dallas, hello. I thought you were in California. Now, you know what's so unique about this channel, family? And I want y'all to think about this. It took a while, and I'll come up on the full screen. It took a while for us to get the channel where we could be comfortable talking to each other. I was working for a while to build up a rapport with y'all, but I knew I had to deal with the trolls. And so I had to deal with the trolls in a certain way that when the wheat and the tare was growing together, the weeds and the grain was growing together, that I didn't rip out the good people out the channel. So I had to let things play out because y'all didn't know me like that. So if I would have started just going in on people, you were like, oh, what's H-Town? He's going to come after me. I had to find a way while people were playing in my face to deal with them. And once we deal with them, I know they're going to come back because people are butthurt. That happens. But we've built up a rapport here. Several people, I've heard several of y'all say it. You feel safe here. You feel comfortable here. You feel like you can express yourself here. Where if goofy clowns would be able to cut up on the channel, you wouldn't feel that way. Now, all of us have bad days, disagreements, misunderstandings. That's not what we're talking about. When you have a hidden motive, being here with us, this ain't the place for you, but you can try it, and I'm going to drag you heavy. Huh? Kosi say, hi, Dallas. And that's why look what we've done. We've developed a thing that anybody else that's coming in, they're going to have to what? Get with the program. Come in and share their parts, stay for a while. And you know, it's so sad. They keep running the views up because they keep popping in and popping out, y'all. Did you hear me? They can't stand to give me the watch hours. They don't have to because so many of y'all watch. I get more watch hours than most people. Now, watch hours, I get thousands of them. Yes, indeed. I ain't looked at it lately. I know I'm going toward 17, 18,000 watch hours. You only need 4,000 to get monetized in a year. I've tripled, almost made that 4 times as much. Did you understand? Now, let's see. He say, Dallas Vasquez say, no, born and raised in southwest Kansas. Okay. Now, coaches say, hi, Dallas. And then we have in here, we have MG Smith, and we have hello, Dallas. And then we have Charleston says, ahoy, shipmates, Betty Bob's and H-Town family. Yes, indeed. And Jay Oliver, good evening, family. You're new to the channel, Jay. We glad to have you. Everybody welcome Jay. Glad that you're here. Jay, we appreciate you showing up. You're new to the channel. We want to welcome you. And we do have rules that we go by. That's why we keep it so pleasant here. So these rules are only for those that would like to chat. If you want to sit back and be a spectator, you don't have to agree to them. Now, Rose City D, and I'm gonna pull them up in a minute. If you can hear me, Oliver, give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. And look at Rose City D says, good evening, H-Town vet, and salute. Look, he say, oh, Jay, oh, you've been here. I like those that watch. Rose City D says, good evening, H-Town vet, and salute the chat. Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. Yes, indeed. Thank you, because all of us got a mama. My mama passed. Oh, my mama passed. My grandma passed. My great-grandma passed. And my other granny passed. I have wonderful people in my life. I got to admit it. MG Smith, Rose City D, evening. And they're speaking to everybody. Everybody's talking, saying hello to each other. And listen what Jay Oliver says. Says, yes, my fourth time, but first time chatting. Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, we want you to be welcome here. Yes, indeed. Everybody's saying a little bit. So yes, you can hear me loud and clear. So what I'm going to do now, if you don't mind, I'm going to pull the rules up. And let me see, can I find it here? All right. So now the way it works is this. Here's the rules, okay? So this is for you, Jay Oliver. So once you agree to the rules, and these only if you want to chat, because this is how we cut out the trolling. I want you to follow here. Now, hold on. Okay, here we go. So now the rules is number one, you won't ignore H-Town vet when he give you a warning, hey, let's get back on task, focus or whatever. You won't chat without agreeing to the rules. No name dropping of other non-chat members or trying to promote your name dropping somebody's business or nothing. You got to come through me for that. Just don't start name dropping other people that are not here. Now, some of us will talk about people that come continuously, but as you come here, we might mention other people that are loyal chat members, but people that are not in here, we're not on that. Unless we have something you're talking about, we can kind of use code names if it's something that's pertinent to veteran information. Any attempt, now this is the major one, any attempt to hijack or undermine the H-Town Vet channel will result in a permanent ban. Now, we've had people in here that's consider themselves to be experts, and they got the boot. No disrespect, and I'm the same here. I hold myself to the same standards. Now, if you agree to the rules, and this is the chat rules, like I say, first you're gonna get the warning, then you're gonna get the night off, and then permanent ban. But if it's real egregious, it will be right out the back. But I understand. Now, let us know. Put a yes in the chat, like it says to chat. Text yes to the chat rules. So let us know, Oliver, if you agree to it. If not, you can listen, but in order to chat, you're gonna have to agree to rules so we can respect each other. Just put yes in the chat. Now, That being said, everybody's welcoming my brother, and they're speaking to each other. I ain't gonna say that. Okay, now, family. Like we said, it doesn't matter your branch of service. It doesn't matter what you is. Everybody is equal here. And we salute you, especially Mother's Day. We salute all the mothers and all the veterans for your service. Now, if you haven't done so yet, smash that like button, family. Smash that like button. Now, let's get on topic. Family. Y'all can't greet each other, but for that, let's try to stay on topic for now. And this is going to be interactive. The topic for tonight is part 2 to Dougie Goes to Congress. All right. Secretary Collins testifies before Congress, in particular the Senate, justifying current actions and future goals that he has for the VA. All right. This is a reaction video, so I want to know your responses and what you're saying. We're completing up. We're going to go through certain clips of it. Okay, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Fair use. Say yes. Let me see what he's saying here. I've been watching the videos and the research. Do you, okay, Jay, do you agree to the rules? You got to agree to the rules, my friend. So let us know. You got to put yes to the rules. We'll get to that, and we appreciate you. Do you agree to the rules? Put a yes in the chat, Jay, if you agree to the rules. Because in order to chat, you have to agree to these rules here. And we're going to get to the other topic, but we're glad you had that information. We're going to get into it. Okay, he said he agree. Now your question, we're going to get to that. We'll get to this here. And hold it. Remind us. I'm gonna go back and we're gonna go over it and we're gonna break it down. So please don't go nowhere because we want to. We're gonna go over the topic for tonight and we're gonna chat like it is. And you can comment on things that's related to the topic. But for the people that are watching recorded, we want to make sure we go over what we tell them we're gonna go over. By the time we were done last night, family, over 310 people. I had over 310 views. And these videos are doing good because we're sticking to the subject. You hear what I'm saying? Now, let's get to the video. We're going to hear the senator. We'll just call them Congress lady. The next one. Now, family. So let's get to it. And then we'll cover all the information that we're talking about. We're going to cover that too. Oh, my thing is doing something weird over here. Give me a chance. I don't know why it does that weird stuff. All right. Now, here we go. Everybody speaking to Jay. We're glad you're here, Jay. We're going to be answering those questions. We thank y'all for being here. Now, let's get to it. We're going to stop the music first. So we really appreciate. We're going to find out what they're doing up in Congress that affects our benefits and our health care and VA compensation benefits and death benefits. Let's get into it. This is the first clip that we're going over here. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear her.
Why don't we get to some facts? You were asked how many VA personnel have been let go, and you You said 1,000, but this committee have been given information that there were some 2,400 who have been let go, and then you're trying to get back to 2019 numbers, which would be another 70 to 80,000. So what happened to the other 1,000 or so that we have been told have been released by the VA?
Following the court order, they're back employed.
I'm sorry?
Following the court order, they are back employed.
Okay, so in other words, when you fired all these people or let them go, that you didn't follow appropriate procedures, and therefore you had to hire them back. That's not.
Bam. Okay, so we have MG Smith say, y'all hear it's loud enough, so it's not too low. Okay. And so does Charleston say it's good. And Jay saying everything's good. Thank you, Jay. Coasty, they greeting each other. And we're going to definitely get to y'all comments. Wow. And if you put "et" on the symbol, I'm gonna make it a point not to pull it up, okay? Well, if y'all chatting with each other, I don't have no problem with y'all chatting. That's cool. But as far as topics and benefits, let's try to stay on this, but y'all can greet each other on the side, you know. Now, here we go. She went straight to it like nobody else did. If you in here and if you knew that all the people that were let go, laid off, got their job back, give us a Y in the chat for yes. Put a yes or a Y in the chat. If you didn't know prior to hearing it here that the people that they had let go that worked at the VA under Secretary of the VA, Doug Collins, him and the president and Doge, if you didn't know that they had reinstated everybody, give us a no in the chat. So let us know, fam. Did you know they had gave that under court order they had given these people their jobs back? That's why I say we want to cover things that's pertinent. So Jay Oliver says yes, they knew. MG Smith said they knew. I didn't know. Wow. H-Town Vet say he didn't know. That's me. Coasty says yes. Betty Bob says no. Charleston says no. So a lot of us didn't, some of us didn't know, but a lot of you did. Now let's see what we got. I'll try to say her name. Hirano was tough on him doing his confirmation too. She go right to the point. That's what I like about her. She's straight to it. I see. She did with facts. It ain't a whole bunch of filibustering. She goes straight for the information with facts. She done her research.
Not what I consider a process that is going to determine whether or not people are
I disagree with that
doing their
premise. So
jobs.
we had one judge in one area do this. This court is still being litigated. So as you well know,
We have
litigation
actually
court-
had in other departments where they have fired people, and other judges that have said you have to follow an actual procedure. So getting back to some factual information, in February 21, you claim that the VA has saved millions of dollars by firing staff. How much have you saved? You said millions of, what's the amount?
Those millions in the round amount I'd have to get back, especially now with those who've come back, there's probably a different number that I'd have to get back with you on.
Aren't you prepared to give us that information, knowing that you are testifying, and knowing that you will probably be asked for factual information such as this? So you don't know, even if you said in February that you saved millions of dollars by firing staff. And then you said,
Well, let me
Also,
really
excuse me,
clarify
let
there.
That's how you're supposed to do it, family. Get to the numbers, ask the questions. Don't, men, I think sometimes we like arguing with each other. I like how the Congress lady went straight to it. And if you come in here, you're supposed to be prepared. Dougie goes to Congress. She getting on him like mama scolding you. Now listen here, young man. Now, when you come, you need to be prepared. Come on. Now, Betty Bob said we have 6 likes and we have 13 watching. Family, get those likes up. Thank you for keeping us posted. Now, interesting. Let's continue. Let's see what Doug Collins has to say in response.
Let me finish my question,
Well, we did say
please.
14 million when we got rid of, when we did away with our DEI.
You say $14 million.
DEI.
Okay, so then my next question is, where is all that money going? I have a series of questions relating to your comments on February 21st. So you said millions of dollars. Now you're testifying. First you said you would have to get back to me, but now you're saying 14 million. Also by
When y'all come in the room, everybody shout out Black Ambrosia. Show love to our sister in here. Welcome, Black Ambrosia. We're glad that you're here, my sister. We're going to be chatting it up, and we're going to be talking about some things here. So
cutting unnecessary
glad you're here.
Programs. Can you tell me what unnecessary programs specifically you have cut? And then you've redirected those savings, some 14 million, you say today, to veterans. And I would like to know specifically where these monies were redirected. Do you have that information
The
today?
number that I gave you just now on the DEI was the 14 million. Those have been directed to those with disabilities and prosthetics. We've also had a part of that millions was also contracts that were either terminated or renegotiated that we were in the process of doing.
I think you need to tell us exactly what contracts have been terminated, because that's what that's the thing about a contract. You know, when you terminate it, you have to have a reason for that. Otherwise, you end up having to pay.
Senator, also in the contracts, you also have to, when you're going through contracts and renegotiation, you also have to make sure that you're doing it properly. We're going to give you all the information you need when those are actually finished.
I would hope that you would have had all that specific information today. You have about 500,000 employees at the VA?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Does
you.
that sound right? You have 500,000 employees at the VA?
No, we do not.
What is some number of?
About 470.
Okay, that's getting pretty close to 500,000.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little high.
and what categories are they employed? I mean,
Sorry about that. Have y'all not noticed? And we're going to do like we did last night. We're going to stop as they talk and we're going to communicate. Have y'all not noticed that when some of the guys, when men are talking, we're going back and forward. We can get on each other. But I like the conciseness of the other Congress lady and this Congress lady is the fact that she went straight with the numbers. And there was another male congressman that did the same thing too. But the issue I want to know, have you noticed she asks him direct questions? When he falls off, she goes back to the numbers. And she's not allowing him to be adversarial. Now listen to, let's see what we got. Everybody saying hi to our sister Black Ambrosia. Yes, indeed. And our sister says this, I want to know who is getting arrested for all this misappropriated funds. Here's the problem, sister. And our sister Betty Bob says 9 likes and 14 watching. Get them likes up, family. Now, here's the thing. We did this, Black Ambrosia. This may shock you. We did it where they brought them up. Congress brought them up, the heads of the VA, and asked them how much money do they have. They haven't been balancing their books in over 2 decades. They don't know. They told Congress that we're going to be short $2 billion, sister. Listen, $2 billion, 2 or 3, and then come back 3 weeks later and say, oh, we don't need the money. So who's guarding the hen house? Why is nobody getting prosecuted for misappropriation of funds? If a veteran misappropriates a dime, if you get overpaid 1 dime, the VA getting that back from you. Who in here that when you had before you got your rating percentage from the VA, you were getting services from the VA, like the VA hospital, and they wasn't charging you for the medicine, they just putting it on a debt, a tab that you owe. But as soon as you got your VA compensation, they went and got that money that you owed. Mine, it was $86. I wrote a check for it. The VA still took the money from me. So they know how to get money from us. If they overpay us for a dependent, if they say we committed fraud, all of a sudden they know how to balance the books. Why aren't they willing to prosecute fraudulent behavior at the VA? Somebody talk to me. Is it because the Congress people are just as deep into the crime as they are? Let us know. Now listen to what Charleston says. He say, Black Ambrosia, evening, all government spending access funds in every August to keep funding in September of the new budget. In other words, if they don't spend all the money, they're not going to get the same amount next time. So what are they doing with the money? Well, back in 2012, 2014, you had executives at the VA, two females in particular, spend $20,000, I mean, not $20,000, $40,000 on travel expenses. They lost their job and got it back. The other one spent like 30 or 60. They lost their job and fought and got it back. Nobody went to jail. They've had doctors who had a Facebook group. Did you know this? This is back in like 2012, 2014. That was up there talking about veterans shouldn't get disability and saying all kind of horrible things about us, and they got caught. I don't know if they got fired now. Come on now. What do you think should be put in place as checks and balances from us? Now, MG Smith says, H-Town, all that must be top secret because he's not saying. She asked him where the money going. He ain't got no direct answer. They talking about they saving these millions of dollars from not doing DEI no more. He say, where the money going? She say, where the money going? Talking in circles. Somebody say, Betty Bob say, H-Town. And thank you, Black Ambrosia, for bringing up that question. Because, boy, we had them on here. We did a Senate hearing, and none of them could tell you how much money they had. The top people from the VA. Now, understand this. The VA is the second largest part of the United States government. It's the sixth largest budget. So you telling me that all that money coming through there, veterans are not getting their claims processed fast enough. Dependents are not getting their death benefits when the family member dies. Excuse me? But you ain't got no answers of where the money going. Y'all were here, those of you that were here, many of you were frustrated and your mouth dropped like, what? Now listen to what MG Smith says. I had to pay back over $30,000 before I could get my full compensation. Just started this year in February. Now listen to what he's saying here, family. Can we talk? Black Ambrosia, for you, I'm gonna show you, we're gonna show you, you know, you're a civilian. We're gonna show you how dirty the VA is. Come on, family. Do you know what they did? You got a severance pay, did you, MG Smith? Did you get that severance pay when you got out the military? They gave you, you got out, and they might have given you $30,000 when you got out the military, but didn't tell you that once you got your VA disability compensation, they're gonna make you pay it all back. Is that what happened? Give us a thumbs up or yes if that's what happened, MG Smith. Did you hear what he said? Yes. Huh? You know how many veterans that I've helped with, and I'm going to get to all y'all comments. You know how many veterans I've helped that when they getting ready to get out the military, they do force reduction, and they say, well, we'll let you out and we'll give you a severance. We'll give you $30,000. We'll give you $20,000. We'll give you $40,000. Not telling you that you're going to have to pay that money back if you ever file for VA disability compensation. What does your VA disability have to do with a severance pay that they give you? you get the VA disability. Family, if that happened to you, where you had to pay back a severance pay when you got out the military, put a 1 in the chat. Everybody that when you had to pay, you got a severance when you got the military, whatever it was, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and you had to pay it back before you could. Once you receive your VA disability compensation, you had to pay it back before you could receive 1 dime, or they took out part of the money out your VA disability. You can ask them to take out part. I had a couple of veterans where we worked that out. Now let's get to it, family. Betty Bob says there's 14 watching and 10 likes. Then we have lifestyle changes say, that's the problem. No one is held accountable as employees. Come on now. Come on, listen, do you hear what it's saying? Nobody. They hold us accountable. Must be nice to have a job like that. Where have you ever worked, family? Talk to me. Where you can work there and misappropriate funds, not do your job, and still be working there and don't get fired, written up, or terminated. Huh? Or taken to court. Now listen to what Black and Broja said. The IRS requires you to provide an itemized list of what you spend. So why isn't it required for the VA? Because they're part of the federal government, one hand seems to wash the other. Huh? I don't know. That's a good question. Who's watching? Black and Broja. I'll tell you why. The Congress does the oversight of the VA spending. They're kind of the boss. But why the IRS is not doing it? That is a great question. Is the VA accountable to the IRS? Now listen to what Charleston say. Media never covers this stuff, as government would shut them down. Look at Trump trying to take CBS license down anyway. Wow, I didn't know that. Now Betty Bob say that happened to me. Now come on. So y'all saying that? See, we are a victim of the system that says that they don't know how to manage money, but they know how to run our pockets. They don't know how to balance the VA budget. And remember, I showed you, they said they couldn't balance it. They told Congress we needed $3 billion, and 3 weeks later say, oh no, we don't need it. They said, what is that all about? But Congress didn't punish them because they got their hands in the pot too. Everybody benefiting but the veteran. They nickel and diming us. They all up in our pockets. What you got on our 40 ounce, homie? Now, lifestyle changes say, good evening, everyone. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies and to y'all, the fellas and ladies that to your moms. My mom is passed. I miss her. Leola, I miss her. Love her. Betty said it happened to her. M.G. Smith said it happened to him where they took part of his VA, just started getting his disability. They withheld his disability until they paid back that $30,000. So whatever back pay he got, they took that. Right? Am I right? Now they saying hello. Okay. Oh Lord, look at this. H-Town. They also overpaid me on my back pay over $4,000, and I had to pay that back too. So they make the mistake and you suffer the consequences. If you divorce, if your children fall off your benefits, you make sure you change that. And don't trust. Now you listening to me. Don't trust just because you give it to one part of the VA. So let's say you divorce. You send your divorce decree to the part of the VA to deal with VA home loan, and you tell them take your spouse off of your VA home loan. They'll do that, but they won't share that with the rest of the VA. You got to go to every department, the compensation department, because they'll make you pay all that money back. Did you hear what I said? Now, MG Smith said, H-Town, I want to know why the IG was fired. I have no idea. We might have to cover that. We may have to cover that. Coasty said, hello, lifestyle changes. Lifestyle says, that's why a lot of people don't really care if VA employees get fired, including me. Lifestyle changes. The rest of y'all in the chat, a lot of y'all feeling that way, but I got a question. It doesn't make you feel bad. Let me ask you now that 1/3 of the VA employees are veterans. Do you feel, when you said you don't really care if they get fired, what about that 1/3? I thought veterans supposed to look out for each other. You don't feel bad about that? Now listen to Brother Charleston. He never forgot what Doug Collins said. Now listen to it. He says, Town, but Pastor Collins said veterans are not victims. That's what he said. Yeah, he said not victims. That's what he said. Now, listen, we're not taking no sides. We just spitting out the truth over here. Okay? MG Smith, H-Town. No, they don't take any. They didn't take any of my back pay. That's what I live on until they got the $30,000 paid back plus the $4,000. Okay. Now listen. Listen to Sister Black Ambrosia. She said that's exactly how the workers' comp benefits work. Okay, so they model it after that. Let's sit in here. I'm learning something. If you are injured and workers' comp overpays you, they will make sure it's taken out of your settlement. Wow. Know what you're getting into. By us talking, family, we learning this here. The sergeant that grew up with me and him grew up together in 5th Ward. He was a little older than me, right? We ended up being in the same platoon, doing Desert Storm, doing the war. When he got back, I helped him get his benefits. He had got a severance packet when he got out. And you know he had to pay it back, but we worked it out where he could pay part of it back. You hear me? But some people, they take the whole amount. So we got 15 watching and 11 likes. Family, this is what it's talking about. Now, my question to y'all is, what do you do when it's these type of situations? How can you protect yourself if they overpay you and it's not your fault? You can file for a hardship, but it's very seldom approved. You said it would create a financial hardship if they take the money. It works sometime where they take a smaller amount. They will do that. You can work it out. Call them and file for a financial hardship. Remember those words. Okay? Man. Let's get back to it, dear family. I'm enjoying this.
For example, how many nurses, how many doctors? Do you have this 470,000 employees broken down by categories of jobs?
Well, that is part of our problem, Senator. And I laid that out in my opening statement and also in my conversation with.
But you don't know.
No, and
you don't have that.
Let me say
you
something.
don't have that information.
Let me say something. Yes, we have over 300,000, probably closer to 400,000 position titles. But you know what the problem is?
Thank you.
Before I ever got there, we couldn't even find some of these when our HR people started to look at. So we took what we had at that point.
Let me proceed.
I just want you, if you want a direct answer, then I'm giving you a direct answer.
You have a lot of people who are working for you. I would like to know, because there are questions about who are you actually going to let go when you get to the 2019 numbers that is your goal. So you were asked some questions about the clinical trials. That's very important to provide healthcare services to our veterans when they are enrolled in clinical trials. Do you know how many clinical trials are on pause? And do you know how many?
Okay, they're talking about clinical trials now. Let me ask you this here. If a person is in charge charge and they're the CEO of a business, shouldn't they know how many employees they have and what those employees do, what job functions they offer? Tell me, how do y'all feel about that? Shouldn't he be able to say, I'm just asking. Now, Lifestyle Changer says, some of don't care either. I just listened to one of the other day on YouTube to verify those settlements. Wow. Now, MG Smith says, H-Town, that's very difficult to do because I talked to them and got nowhere. Wow. Yeah, it's difficult to do. Now, listen to Charleston said, the government will take up to 15% of Social Security if senior co-sign child student loan in default. Man, let me ask you this here, family. Now, Lifestyle say, my apologies, H-Town. I meant to speak to you as well, sir. Much respect. You ain't done nothing wrong. You good, man. You good. We good, Lifestyle. We doing it. Can't do nothing. Now, Jay Oliver says he should have a spreadsheet in front of him. I don't see no spreadsheet. Shouldn't he have some numbers? Where did he think he was going? To a football game? Am I beating up on him too heavy? Now, family, that's what it, let's see what else she's saying here.
Veterans are in clinical trials.
I'd have to get that number back to you.
Is it 10? Is it more than, are we talking about 1,000 clinical trials?
No, we're not
When you
talking about, but again, here's the question.
Can you give me a ballpark figure on?
No, I'm not going to ballpark because it'll be
Okay,
used
so you
against me
don't
next
know.
time I'm
You don't
here.
know how many people that you have put on pause so that they are not getting the healthcare services that they need, because that's what a clinical trial is. You are getting medication, you are seeing doctors, you put these trials on pause. You cannot tell me how many veterans are now being paused in their clinical trials. You cannot tell me how many veterans are enrolled in clinical trials. You also cannot tell me how many clinical trials impact some. Well, you have over 9 million veterans that you are taking care of. Clinical trials are very important, and you said so yourself. Mr. Chairman, I have other questions. You know, it's very clear that our secretary has not come with much in the way of numbers, and I really don't know how he's going to go about getting to 2019 figures for cutting employees, and he can't tell us what the categories of employees are, et cetera, et cetera. So I think we're going to need to hear from Mr. Secretary again. Mr. Secretary, would you commit to coming back to this committee to provide us the kind of information we are asking for and to respond to questions?
I will get you the information that you asked for, which is
Will
what we've been doing.
will you come back to testify, or is this it for us with you?
I will get
Mr.
you the information
Secretary?
that you're looking for, Senator.
Mr. Chairman, we're not getting any commitment from the Secretary that he will come back to this committee to provide us the responses to our questions. Thank you.
Senator
That says a lot.
Family, do you think Doug Collins should come back before the Senate? Do you feel that he should come back and have those numbers? Let us know, family. Now, let's see what we got here. Then Charleston Zimmerman says, government always gets their tribute, no charity. Now, MG Smith says, H-Town, Dougie in a previous video had a piece of paper in his hand saying these are all the government contracts months before this. Wow. But he didn't bring nothing. He didn't probably want to answer no questions. And then MG Smith says, H-Town, that has been canceled. And now he don't know this information. 15 watching and 12 likes. Get those likes up, family. Appreciate it. MG Smith, yes, most definitely. And they saying yes to the question I asked. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. So y'all think he should come back? All right. If you had to rate him so far, 1 out of 10, what would you give Doug Collins, the Secretary of the VA, answering questions? What would you rate him? 1 out of 10, based on him talking to the Congress lady right here. What would you give him? A 1 out of 10. What would you give him? A 1 to 10. Give us in the chat. A rating of 1 out of 10. What would you give him? Jay would say he would give him a 1. Now, Charleston says Pastor Collins should plead the Fifth Amendment as the victimhood. So MG Smith will give him a 1 out of 10. Now, the Congress lady is not being harsh toward him. Coasty said 1, man. He was doing better when he was talking on the last section, wasn't he? She stayed straight with the numbers. That's what you got to go with, numbers. Numbers lie. People don't. Now, what do you think the solution is? You were saying earlier, Black Ambrosia, if you're still here, you were saying that about the numbers and people having to be accountable for them. What do you think could be done? People just need to be prosecuted. How can you hold people accountable to financial funds that they are given and put in charge of? The VA don't even know where the money went half the time. They don't know who working for them. So you sure don't know who you're paying. Come on, family. Now, let me see here.
Good morning, Secretary.
All right, I'm gonna move it up a little bit, but family, tell me what y'all think of it. We're gonna move up because we ain't gonna play the whole thing. All right. 31.
Able to work with you as we go forward on that.
Very good. You recently announced the ending of the VA Service Purchase Program, or VSP. That saw the VA take on modified home loans for veterans risk for foreclosure. I support the VA looking for ways to avoid the financial risk that VASP.
So they have a program that helps veterans if they're having trouble with their VA home loan and if they're going into foreclosure. So they kind of getting away from the program under Donald Trump, under the president, Donald Trump. And so here's the thing. That's what he's questioning them about. So we're going to get into his answer about the program that helps veterans that are facing foreclosure on their VA home loan. Now, listen, Lifestyle Changes said 2.5 until someone is truly held accountable. Now, Charleston says, for some reason, the ladies are tough on money matters. Learned that from mother and wife. Yes, indeed. Now, MG Smith says, H-Town seems like Dougie is not taking this serious, like it's some kind of big joke. Yeah, not cool. Not cool. Because this ain't no joke. This is what he said, it's my life over here. Our brother R. Kelly said, it's our life you dealing with. It's my life. Now, let's see. Let me come up on this screen because I want to hear what y'all saying. Now, you need to take this in. Now, Black Ambrosia says this. There has to be someone who approves where the money goes. Congress. There has to be a signature authorizing where the money is allocated. The head of the VA, not necessarily Doug Collins, the leaders, but they say they don't know where the money is. They wouldn't get no straight answers. They didn't say it right out. They have the paperwork. They just lying. Yes, they do. Now I like that. Now listen to what Betty Bob say. The pastor should have said to the Congress lady, here no, Pastor, do you know how many committed suicide in the month because they were denied? And that happens. You know it happens. They Black Ambrosia, and for those of you that are civilian, the veterans be going into the VA restrooms. They did it at the Houston VA, and they do it all over the country. They go in the VA hospital and they take their own lives because they get frustrated with the system. Can you give me those numbers? They scrubbed the social media where you used to could see it. MG Smith said, yes, exactly, Betty Bobs. I was there at the Houston VA when one of the veteran brothers took his own life. Yes, exactly, Betty Bobs. That's funny, H-Town. I caught that R. Kelly. Okay, yeah. My life over here, man. I ain't trying to make fun of the brother, but I'm just saying, this is serious. Now, listen, I was out there when the news was out there, and they was trying to talk down the news like it wasn't a big deal, and I was driving by in my truck, and I said, no, you need to stop lying to them. I told the police officer, stop lying the way we treated around here. And you know that policeman called me out to the side. Me and him, man, he pretty decent. He's a veteran. He said, but he nobody knew he was going through that. I say, if the man trying to get help, he said he didn't talk to nobody. How can he talk to somebody the way he get handled around here? He asked y'all for treatment. He told them to put him in some kind of intensive therapy. And you know what they did? Denied his benefits. Then he went in the restroom, and the rest is history. And this happened in Arizona. This happened in several other parts of the United States. Now, when you try to look up the cases, they've scrubbed it off social media. Come on, family. Now, let's see what they're talking about. These VA home loans that veterans are struggling to pay.
Expose the agency to. We're worried about the current population of delinquent veterans who are now enrolled. It's my understanding that as of May 1st, delinquent veterans who are not already enrolled in VSP are now at risk of foreclosure. Now that VSP is unavailable, how does the VA plan to help veterans at risk of foreclosure?
I think one of the things that we're looking at is the other, any other programs that are out there also that we go forward. But I think when you have to look at the organization, is this an area that we, need to be in? And I think those are the kind of things that the decision there was in people that had mortgages that were coming due is beginning to be a larger burden because we're not a system that's set up to own property. So we're going to be working that. And as I said earlier to one of the senators, I think we're also looking at it from a perspective. I know there's some legislation being talked about partial claims and stuff that can help them in the long term.
Good. No, I'd appreciate you looking at that. It's one thing to going forward. It's another thing for those individuals that are caught up in that now, and makes it really difficult. How did the VA make the decision to reduce the VA's remote temperature monitoring program?
I ain't gonna listen to that part. We're gonna move ahead on that. We're gonna answer y'all questions while we're doing that. So, family, let's see what we have here. Betty Bob said, H-Town, I tell you all the time, I have to mentally prepare myself to go to a VA appointment at the VA hospital. Do you feel like, let me ask y'all, who in here that has ever been in a hostile work environment? Somebody let me know if you've been in a straight up hostile work environment that you had to psychologically prepare yourself because it was a combat zone, it was cutthroat. Let us know, family. Come on, talk to us. What did you do to prepare yourself to go into that work setting? You had difficult co-workers, they were colluding against you. You had a supervisor that was just unruly. You had somebody harassing you. You had people gossiping all the time. What did you do to deal with that? And what our sister Betty Bob's saying is, if you're going to the VA hospital for help, why do you have to mentally prepare yourself to go to an appointment like you're in a war zone? That's where you're supposed to get treatment, not mistreatment. Am I right? Who in here feels stressed when they go to the VA hospital? Most of the time you feel stressed. Let me ask you this here. What percentage of the time that you go to the VA hospital that you feel stressed? Is it 70% of the time, 100% of the time, 0% of the time? What percentage of the time that you go to the VA hospital that you feel stressed? Hold on, let me pause this. I had myself talking on the other phone. Let us know what percentage of the time when I go to the VA, unless I'm going to the emergency room, 95% of the time I feel stressed out. What percentage of the time do you feel stressed out going to the VA? Now listen to what our brother said, Brother Zimmerman. Charleston say suicide doesn't play well on TV to sell cars or microwaves. No, but why should veterans suffer in silence? Why should anybody in America suffer in silence? So now Charleston said hostile work environment severe. I said 95% of the time. Lifestyle say yes, pray, and fight. Now, if you're going into a medical facility and you feel like you have to pray and fight, isn't that a rough place to be? Come on now. And you're in a vulnerable state already because you're going there to get treatment. There's something wrong, either mentally or physically, right? Now, Betty Bob says 100% going to the Baltimore VA. Is there any other VA hospital, Betty Bobs, in your area that you feel more comfortable going to, a VA hospital or another clinic? What do y'all do when you're in a situation where it becomes stressful? I must be honest with you. Okay. So I'm here back over back. All right. Well, glad, sister, you came through. We're glad. We're going to talk to you. We appreciate you, my sister. This is my FBA sister. We thank you and we love you, Black Ambrosia. I know outside the channel, she's very good people. Very kind woman. Now, here we go. 90% of the time. This is hurting me, family. This is hurting me here. How can we go to, look, I was going to VA. I stopped going. I'm doing telehealth because I don't know what they're going to do, whether they're going to, I feel like they're rude and I'm trying my best to come in there and just do what they ask me to do. And they just ignore you, talk down to you, you know, different things. And once you get that bad taste in your mouth, everybody else wants you to act like it didn't happen to you. They'll come up with, let me help you. Oh, you're just going to ignore how that person talked to me. That's not fixing the problem, I said. Won't you deal with your coworker? Don't try to appease me after they didn't slap me around. I don't know. Am I wrong with that? Let me know. Now, Oliver says, we have Oliver here. And Oliver says, I was a union steward at an industrial plant for over 25 years after service. My years in the military prepared me for the hostility, but it was minimal compared to my VA visits. Family, oh my God. Y'all draining all the life out of me. Look, Black and Brody say she'll be back. That's what my ex said. I ain't seen him since. But back to this here. Oh, Lord. If y'all see going to the VA appointments as a hostile place, anybody put an angry emoji, the little angry face emoji in the chat. My Lord. Is it like that, family? What is it about what is the problem with a VA appointment? Is it because it's part of the government and you're being in the military? Could it just be part of you, or is it the way that they treat you? Is it the environment of seeing other veterans that are ill, sick? Some of them don't have body parts. Do you think they treat you like you're a burden and they're impatient with you? Let us know. Now, lifestyle change say facts 100% of the time. Oh, Lord. Yes, that is a 2.5 hour drive. Why should you be inconvenienced? Oh, why should you be inconvenienced? Now, what do you do to mentally prepare yourself to go to these VA appointments? Because you don't know what you're going to get into. You might feel like you're going to get ambushed. Now, listen what Charleston said. 40% at VA, but I've done jail time so I can cope. You have to have the hardness of being in jail to cope with being at the VA. Do you see how rough that is? Hold on. He's not talking about the VA regional office. Hold on. Y'all let me know. Y'all talking about the VA hospital? You telling me a place of healing? You feel like this is a place where you feel that you're walking into a war zone? I can understand fighting for your benefits. But are you telling me going in for medical treatment is a struggle that you have to mentally prepare for? Come on, family. Look what she did. Betty Boss put that emoji on there. It makes her angry. H-Town, it's better now at 100% P&T, but before it was hell. Now listen to Betty Bops. H-Town, I am talking about the Baltimore VA hospital. Woo. Sorry about that. Suck my teeth there. Sorry. Woo. My Lord. Man. Now, what do you do to mentally prepare yourself to go to the VA? Do you go early? Do you what do you do to mentally prepare yourself? You try to go down certain hallways so you don't run into people. You try to be short. I try to have all my information written down so they can see it. Because I don't like saying my social security number out loud. And they want me to say it. What's your last four? I say, I got all my information here. You know what one guy did was so evil? He read it off the card out loud. And I said, I don't appreciate you being so disrespectful and slimy. And I left the appointment. Why you have to read my social security number? And the lady was coming, where you going? I said, this man just read my social security number out loud. When I asked him not to say my stuff out loud, I'm not going to say it out loud. And he gets to get away with that. And that was at a VA clinic. In the VA clinic over in Katy. I had a mental health doctor tell me some years ago when I tried to go to the clinic over here in Katy, he said, this ain't going to be easy. This going to be rough. Like he putting me through some boot camp. And that wasn't working too good because he was Middle Eastern and he's talking to me hostile. And part of my problem, and I was in war in the Middle East. Come on, man. I went over to the so-called veteran advocate. You hear me? And said, hey, man, can you change me to another doctor? This man talked to me this way. Oh yeah, you know what he did? He set me another appointment up with that same doctor. He said he's gonna change all it, wrote all this down, didn't do nothing. You think I'm playing? Now listen to Jay. Jay says, I could not get a written diagnosis for my claims, so I had to go private office, okay, privacy office at the VA hospital to force the doctor to add my condition to my problems list, formally VAB claims. Come on now. You had to put pressure on them. Now, MG Smith says, H-Town, that was for him to do that. Yes. H-Town, that was uncalled for him to do that. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know what I was getting right then? I was having serious back issues. And so I was getting occupational therapy that was helping me. And all I need to do is just go in there, yeah, but he had to, this is what I can't stand. And see, I don't like using that term, but he felt like because he was black, he could get away with being disrespectful to me. You see? Yeah, you can't blame, you can't say nothing about this because I look like you. I could have reached across that counter and drug him from back there. I could have done that. That's how I felt about it. You saying my numbers out loud. I'm very confident. This happened when I went to prosthetics. I say, listen, I'm not telling you nothing. I say, y'all don't know how to respect people. Are you talking to these white folks like that? Oh, they got quiet then. And I say, I'm recording this, right? Because I expected y'all to be nasty when I walked up here. The first lady was so nice, but I went to the back to go get the devices that I need. I think it's one of them sleep things, like that noise thing or something. Yeah, man. We don't never forget that stuff. Now listen, Charleston, VA hospital care was worse before 2001. Yes. Believe me, doctors said to me, what wars has veterans won recently? A doctor said that to you? What? See, family, what we gonna have to do, we gonna have to what wars have they won? That's why I told you when them doctors were online talking bad, greasy about us veterans, these VA doctors, I think they got fired or reprimanded. I think they got fired. But my question is, how many of them think like that about us? They think of us as some kind of welfare case. How many of you have felt like, and our sister said, there are 13 watching and 15 likes. Okay. How many of you feel like that when you go, I grew up poor, so part of my life we got some food stamps or welfare. I think food stamps. I don't know about welfare. Food stamps. How do you make you feel like you're in some kind of welfare, some public assistance office? How many of you ever felt like that when you go to the VA, like that you're a burden on the system? And was it your insecurities, or was it coming from them? And what things have people done when you went to VA appointments that made you feel uncomfortable? Let us know, family. What type of things that were done that made you feel uncomfortable going to the VA? And what have you adjusted to make it where you didn't get as stressed out? So when I go in there, I have all my little paperwork ready. And if somebody start talking loud, like some people real loud. I said, I'll just wait on the next person. And if both of them acting like that, I'll just go home. So that's what I'm talking about, fam. Now let's get back to it.
Program for veterans who have demonstrated both clinical benefit and cost savings to the VA.
Could you repeat the question?
Well, the VA's recent changes have impacted veterans' access to the remote temperature monitoring program. As you may.
Oh, okay. I meant to go. Give me a second. The reason I pulled myself up, I need to move it up some. Give me a second. Be patient. Now, what I do like now, Senator Bernie Sanders, he was the most concise. I got my issues with Bernie Sanders, but he was the most concise on this. He asked some fluent questions. Now, let me read y'all statements. Now, H-Town, I had an old white nurse give me a back exam, made me strip. Oh, man. That was no reason for that. Yeah, I had a somebody, I think she's from Brazil, and she was a doctor, real degrading, try to do some degrading stuff with me. Like that. Now, Charleston, H-Town, I don't like to tell stuff to stress my fellow veterans. Yeah, I understand. Now listen to Senator, real talk. Now listen to Senator Bernie Sanders. All right, let me see here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Collins, do workers in the United States have a right to be in unions? Secretary Collins, do workers in the United States have a right to be members of unions?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What's the problem? Why he couldn't just answer the question? Look at his face. Y'all see his face, family?
Okay.
I didn't know it was a question.
Okay. President Trump issued an executive order banning collective bargaining in the VA, eliminating union rights to 79% of workers there because of security reasons. Do you think that workers in the VA are a threat to national security if they're a member of a union?
I don't think that was the purpose of the EO, Senator.
That's exactly what he said. Then why did you eliminate collective bargaining rights at the VA?
I think the interesting issue here is that's not what the EO is about. The EO is our national security interest of our fourth mission. And if you look at the entire EO, is about making sure that the fourth mission is not.
Is a nurse at the VA a national security threat by being a member of a union?
Okay, sir, I can't answer the question. We're on different pages. It's not the fact that the VA is a national security threat. It's a national security threat that if we can't perform our fourth mission,
that's
looking at.
Well,
I mean,
that's what the bottom line is. Unions, 79% of workers at the VA are union members. They no longer are able to engage in collective bargaining. To me, that is an outrage. I think the courts will overturn that. Next question.
Well, at this point, that's not true. At this point, that's not true.
All right. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that every veteran in this country, as I believe, and I think many members of this committee believe, are entitled to VA healthcare?
As a veteran, yes.
Yeah, okay. What are we doing right now? What are you doing to improve outreach to bring more veterans into VA?
Well, I think that's, let's go back to a question you just said. Does everybody have a right to be in a union? The answer is yes. Does everybody have a right to, on the benefit that they've earned to come to the VA? But I can't force them in.
No, of course you can't.
But
you come up.
Listen, they don't force us to come in. A lot of us don't know we had VA. right to go to the VA hospital. How many of y'all went to the VA hospital and they say you don't qualify to go there? They told me that before. After George W. Bush made it where veterans after us couldn't go in. And when I stopped going to appointments, I had to get reapplied to go in there. You have to do a means test. Am I lying? Do they still do the means test where they see how much income you have, whether you qualify to go to VA? My two uncles that were in the Korean War, my twin uncles. You said, well, why did they go? Because you couldn't separate those two. They was together into their late 80s. One died in 87, and the other was like 91 or 92. They no separating them. And they didn't get no VA card. They tried to get, they worked at a job for years. But how fair is that? Now, Betty Bob says, I have to pray up on Jesus, especially for the nurses checking my vitals. Yeah, when I went to that emergency room, she had that thing on my arm and asking me to do something, but not to move my arm. I say, ma'am, you got this on my arm. You're checking my pressure. I can't, just let's get this out the way. Because I'm right-handed. So how you expect me to sign something or do whatever else you want me to do? Those that check your vitals have an attitude that makes you want to snatch. Oh, Lord, in Jesus' name, snatch their life. Now, listen to what he said. M.G. Smith, H-Town, when I first started going, yes, they means test me. They means test me too. Now, listen to Charleston. Uppity employees are worse than uppity veterans. Exactly. I don't really see too many veterans going in there crashing out because most of the time they're not feeling good. And if a veteran say too much, they calling them police down on you, them VA police. And a lot of them VA police be flirting with them oh, did I tell it? A lot of them VA police, they seem like they there for the workers, the people at the desk, smiling and working with them. Look at us crazy. Half of them don't even speak to me. Huh? So if one of them say, hey, he's a problem, they're going to call that crow blue on you. Now, Charleston say, yes, I was mean tested after I retired, dropped my private health insurance. Okay. So Betty Bob just said it. They still check your income. So what he's saying ain't true. Talking about everybody ain't really welcome because they got to check your income first. If all veterans are welcome, why do they have to check your income? Yes, H-Town, they still do that, check your income. That's from Betty Bops. I didn't know. Now let's see what Senator gets right to it, family.
But of course you can't.
I'm missing maybe the point there. I apologize.
The point is, there are a lot of veterans out there. I know this. I used to be chair of this committee, who do not know what their benefits are. And it's our obligation to say to veterans all over this country, you put your life on the line to defend America. Congress has passed A, B, and C. We welcome you into the VA if you choose to come in.
Yeah, Senator, I think this is a great place for us to have an honest, a conversation, because I'm concerned about this as well. And part of this goes back to how we're actually transitioning out of DOD into VA.
That's one of the factors.
And I think that's one of the big things. And there's an honest conversation here. Is it properly placed right now?
Good.
Transition. So I'm wanting to do that.
Good.
Yeah, now that's a fair point that he's saying. Doug Collins saying when they transition out of DOD, because when we in the military, we're under the military healthcare system, and we get out, we go from DOD to the VA. Now, MG Smith said, H-Town, you have to have some sort of insurance at first, like Social Security, disability insurance. Wow. How they asked y'all, do y'all have Social Security? Because they've asked me that before. Before I got, because once you get 50% at the VA, all your health care is free other than dental. I think even vision is covered if you are 50% VA disability rating or higher. Now, Betty Bob say, H-Town, I got a lot of flirting from the VA police soon as I get off the parking lot elevator. I hear you, Betty Bob. You know what? I can't say I'm jealous. I ain't saying I'm jealous, but they never flirted with me. And if they did, we gonna have some problems. Well, you know, it's one of the cute police officers, but they tend to be quiet. Now, lady police officers, that is. Now, Charleston Zimmer says, shipmate, why didn't they flirt with me? This is what I'm saying. They mean mug us. Boy, y'all got me laughing. Me too, Betty Bob. All they mean mug. They act like they ready to take me down. Let me tell y'all something. Boy, I have good things that happen at the VA, but let me tell y'all what happened. This one lady, she didn't wear no police uniform. She must have been some kind of high level VA, like some police director or something. She walked around there. She was one of them country looking, kind of studdish, like trying to look like a dude, you know, walking around there with cowboy boots on. And she was walking through, and she had people pushing people out the way so she could walk through like she was a celebrity. And she got one of my friends who had just had surgery, and they was pushing him. I said, hey, you can't put this man just had surgery. Hey, who are you? I say, doesn't matter who I am. You keep messing with me, you're going to find out who I am. That's what I told her in her little Get Fresh crew. She had some policemen with her. I said, I ain't scared of none of y'all. And then, you know, we walked off with it. They said, come on, let me tell you what happened. I'm outside the VA. I'm in the Houston VA where they have a little carport up under. I'm outside, and I'm having to talk to one of my friends, so I'm laughing on the phone. Do you know that woman run out the door? This was months later. She run out the door. Hey, you stop talking so loud. I say, you can't regulate me talking outside in a public place. I'm up on the sidewalk outside. I say, hey, I remember you. You the one was talking crazy. Just when I was saying that other police officer I told you that time with the suicide thing, he was cool. I got to give it to him. He was trying to mediate because she was trying to get me hemmed up. And one of my Desert Storm brothers come up there. He was in a wheelchair. He told his wife, hurry up and let him out. He rolled up in a wheelchair. He said, come on here, H-Town. Come on. And he pulled me away. I said, I remember you. You think you can intimidate veterans. They gonna get me that day because I wasn't going nowhere because I'm on the phone. Why can't I talk on the phone outside? And I don't bother nobody. You know, if they'd have got me, they would have took me to federal jail. Do you know when you get tickets or you get some kind of stuff, that's federal court. Oh, Lord. And Jay said, me too, Betty. Now, Betty Bob says, shipmate, I have my toes painted in Barbie pink and white tip manicure. Y'all out of control. And then MG Smith says, H-Town, I always take my wife because I have to have a driver so they don't mess with me, with my wife. She can deal with them. See, that's why I took my niece, and when I go in the morning to that dinner appointment, I'm going with my daughter and my niece. When I'm trying to get them to pull the teeth or make an emergency. Charles say, shipmate, and then talking about like a cougar. Now we got 12 watching, 15 likes. We appreciate y'all, family. We thank y'all for being here. Family, we're glad that you're here. We ain't been on here but an hour and something. We're going to finish this up. I love the fact that he's asking good questions. And I like the fact that they're kind of getting some common ground here. Because I some of the things he does answer in a reasonable way, but he's a politician, Doug is. Let's get back to it.
we're doing outreach all the time with our vet centers and everybody else to let people know.
Okay, I think we could do a better job.
I
think
agree.
We have. for
I
many-
agree completely.
Okay. Question. You know, we talk about VA healthcare, which is what we're here to talk about, but we don't put it into a context. We are living in a nation which has a broken, dysfunctional, wildly expensive healthcare system. In your judgment, just out of curiosity, how does VA healthcare compare to healthcare out in the regular world for civilians?
I want y'all to answer that question first. Which healthcare, how does the VA healthcare compare to civilian healthcare? All right. Let us know which one that you think is better. Okay, VA healthcare or civilian. That was a good question by the senator. Which one do you think is better? VA healthcare or civilian healthcare? How does the VA compare? Is there in certain areas the VA is better because it's more specialized to veterans? Which one do you see is better?
I think in certain areas, just like we're out in the regular world, you have some hospitals that are performing exceptionally and you have some that are not. I think that's the problem that we have in our healthcare systems in general. I think this is something I said earlier. We can't separate out VA from the healthcare system as in a whole.
That's
And I
true.
think,
All right.
but sometimes we do that.
All right. Let me ask you this. My understanding is that we have, roughly speaking, a shortage of 2,500 doctors, 6,600 nurses.
I like his numbers, so I want to stop it there. I'm gonna read this because I love that Senator Sanders. He goes into it. He's a real sharp dude. I got issues with him on some things, but man, now listen to what MG Smith says. H-Town, are all my surgeries at the VA hospitals here in Cooksville. My health care is better at the VA now. Okay. Some like the VA better. Okay. Now, listen, Jay Oliver says civilian health care is more patient and personal. VA health care is rushed and numbers based. Yes, indeed. They see, I think in the mental health thing, they say they have 10,000 people they see a month. That was back 15 years ago. So they are rushed. So should there be, let's say in a city like Houston, there should be at least 3 VA hospitals, right? With each one of them having some type of specialty. They did come up with a mental health wing. They made the old police station into the old gym into a mental health section. That was good. They should have specialized. I think in big cities, they should have at least 3 VA hospitals at different parts. One right in the middle of the city and other ones on the outskirts in the heavily populated areas, in my opinion. Now listen to what Charleston says. VA healthcare, last resort, forever for low income like me. Same here. Now Betty Bob says, I can say honestly, like civilian healthcare, my civilian doctors, believe me, yes, indeed. Do I need to prove that my GI doctor found the polyps and the GERD 10 days ago and the VA doctor could not find it? Say, I agree. Okay. Now, Betty Bob says, my private mental health therapist is a Marine, and she knew how I was feeling. This is what I'm talking about. Being able to relate. Now, I have ran into some very good mental health. If you've been involved in the mental health, have y'all ran into some real good doctors in the mental health department? I have, you know. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, I go private. I'm in Indianapolis. They suck. So where's the VA hospital? Is it in the city of Indianapolis? You said you're in Indianapolis, in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that what that is? I think I'm right.
All right. What are you guys doing to bring in more doctors, nurses, social workers into VA where they're desperately needed?
Well, one, I want to move doctors that are not working with patients and move them into patient care. That would be a good start. Nurses as well. Also, I'd like to have help from the Congress as well. We need to actually look at our pay structures and our caps on our doctors and what we can pay them. It's very difficult to compete when you're offering at some points hundreds of thousands of dollars less for someone to come work at the VA.
All right.
Now, this I agree with Dougie. Yes, he's right. Do you realize they underpay these doctors by large amounts that work for the VA? They might be making $85,000, but you got $300,000-$400,000 in student debt. Huh? Come on now. They need to pay the if you think they should pay the doctors more at the VA, give us a thumbs up. If you think they're making enough, well, we don't know what they're making. We're going to have to come over a list. And let me put it like this. Do you think they should pay the doctors comparable to what they make in the civilian world or not? Now, he said, M.G. Smith said, H-Town, my mental health doctor was one of the good ones. Yeah, I had some very good ones. Give us a thumbs up if you had good mental health doctors. So did Jay. Jay Oliver say had a good one. I had an excellent one. Had a few of them that were very good. I ain't gonna lie to you. The mental health is good.
Do you acknowledge, I agree with you. Do you acknowledge, though, that right now there is a shortage of doctors, nurses, social workers in the VA?
I acknowledge there's a shortage for everybody in the healthcare industry on those same issues.
But in the VA, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying.
I mean, we're the same. We're the same as everybody else. That's why I said we are the same as every other healthcare system. We're struggling to recruit doctors, nurses, and others just as anybody else. And that's something that we're constantly in outreach about. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not.
The Department of Defense has a medical school. You're aware of that? Uniformed Services Medical School, which does a very good job. Do you think that one of the problems we have overall is that we're not graduating enough doctors and nurses in America?
Yes.
All right. Do you think we can be expanding schools like the Uniformed Services Medical School to bring more people into DOD and VA healthcare?
Yes.
It's an interesting concept. I think we got to go back to a deeper issue: is why are more of our young people not going to school to be a doctor, a nurse, or other things? I think that's a bigger issue.
Fair enough, but that has to do with it. I'm a working class kid. I'm going to graduate medical school $500,000 in debt. Correct? Is the idea of entertaining programs saying you want to go to medical school, we're going to pay for your entire tuition, et cetera, to encourage you to get the medical school grant?
I think anything that we can look at to encourage that is possible. You already have that when you can go into the medical and they'll pay for in DOD, they'll pay for your medical school.
But it sounds like we may want to expand that.
It's something that I think it's something as an overall healthcare system, Senator, you and I probably agree on this probably more than anyone else, that we've got to make sure that our pool of workers is adequate for all of our systems, not just the VA. And the healthcare system in our country is an issue that we have right now. And I think it's a bigger discussion. I appreciate you bringing it up, and it's something we look at.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator.
We're going to stop right there, family. I want to go through all of it, but I want to do it like that. We might go over the last part, but most likely may not. But I like what Senator Sanders did. I really appreciate that. That was really give me a second here, and we're going to start pulling up. All right. Now, family, we're going to get to the statements here that's made by the family. We appreciate your patience. We have brother, let me see. I think sister, make sure I didn't miss any comments. And our brother did say that it's right in the city of Indianapolis, his VA hospital. Lifestyle change. I don't know if male or female. Now I say, because they said yes. Then we have MG Smith says, I think I read this already. H-Town, my mental health doctor was one of the good ones. Thumbs up. So for Jay Oliver, same thing. Now, Betty Bob says, my GI doctor was community care doctor, and I told the office to use my private insurance, so my progress went very quickly. So you had to spend money when you shouldn't have had to. That's not fair. But you wanted that quality care, and I understand. Charleston say thumbs up, good mental health doctor. And then Charleston says, pay same for qualified as outside. Okay, that's fair. Lifestyle Changes says the two doctors I did have, they left psychiatry. Wow. Now, MG Smith, H-Town, you have to pay to get the best doctors and nurses. Pay to play, huh? Well, y'all teaching me something here. Now, Betty Bob say, my eye doctor is community care. He was good finding I had cataracts from the steroids from my back the doctor gave me while I was in the service. Okay. Well, good they caught that. I'm glad. Thank God for that, sister. Now, Charleston says, if Bernie was president, we would be okay as a nation. He seems to be real practical. Betty Bob says, 14 watching, 15 likes. Thank you, family, for that. Lifestyle Changes said, I hope your tooth is doing better, brother. You know, I'm taking those 500 milligram like ibuprofen, Tylenol. That's helping. Tomorrow I'm taking my family so I'm not stressed out at the VA because I've had bad experience. I got 2 failed tooth implants, and I got it from that VA. The only thing work is when I went to the outside doctor to get the tooth put on. They were cool, but the implant failed from the VA. So I want them to send me somebody else, but this tooth is chipped, this other tooth. I got, I think, original teeth. How many I got? Out of my original teeth, out of 32, I got about 27, 27 or 28, somewhere around there. Now, MG Smith, yes, we could, Charleston. Bernie the man, MG Smith. Now, family, let's talk about it. They talked about the VA home loan. And when you get those VA home loans, everybody excited. But sometimes veterans do get into crisis and they might face foreclosure. See, say H-Town, wow. Now, what you said, wow, about, sis, let me know. Me saying about them 2 failed implants, yeah. And that's why I haven't been wanting to go there, because anxiety. From the same doctor that was looking at me stupid. So I know he didn't like me. Would never say nothing to me. Avoiding foreclosure with a VA home loan. Because it's hard to get another VA home loan if you foreclose on one. So that's why in a divorce or whatever you're doing, make sure you get your VA home loan off of it. Or if you sell your home to somebody, don't make sure you get your VA home loan off of it. Now, H-Town, there's nothing that hurts worse than that. Come on now. You understand, boy, that tooth pain. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Now, what do y'all think about the shortage? Now, look what we say. The 2 failed implants, that's probably the doctor's twin brother that is in Baltimore, VA. Do you hear me? Huh? Come on now. Betty Boss say, let me see. Okay, yeah. You said that. I read that one. Exactly, family. Exactly. Do you think they have a shortage of doctors at the VA, or they need more quality doctors? Which is one that's the most important? Do you think they need quantity or quality? What do they need at the VA? Do you think the doctors would operate better? The nurses would operate better? The medical staff would operate better if they had more, or if they had better training and quality? Let us know. Now listen to what he said. M.G. Smith said, H-Town, I don't know how you're doing this. You're tough as a what do you call it? A peanut. Yeah, I just been dealing with pain so long. I'm telling you, my whole side of my face, it was throbbing. It was so much pain that I went to the emergency room. I don't go to nobody's emergency room. Yes, I had to. I was so confused. Now, you listen to me. I took my glasses off, stuck them in my pocket. Didn't know I stuck them in my pocket. We was there a little while there. I can't say it was too long. They was pulling people through. It was about 10 people. It was like 12 o'clock at night. My niece went with me. And I felt bad because they had just drove down from college. My daughter drove, so I let her rest. But she was worried about me, trying to keep up with me, what's going on. We go, they sent the nurse gave me the shot, and he sent me up to get the medicine because, you know, in night, the pharmacy is different on second floor. It ain't the regular pharmacy is closed on the first floor. So I tell her, I say, I can't find my glasses, not knowing my pocket was just big, and I was so disoriented because of the pain. I went back downstairs. She was waiting on the medicine. I got lost in my VA because they put walls up. When I got back down there to the emergency room, she was already there with my medicine. She said, "Where did you go?" Then I looked in my pocket and found my glasses. Yes, and that's how much pain I was in because I couldn't even think straight. Yes, my VA home loan insurance went up 60%. Tell me about it. My insurance is off the chain, family, up here now in Texas. We had all these natural disasters. The deductible is $23,000. Huh? Insurance, I want to say almost doubled. Come on, man. This year. I think they're targeting veterans. I talked to another Navy veteran in the area. This too went up. You know, I wondered that because, see, you know, being 100%, I don't pay property tax. I'm wondering if I say, can anybody else survive and they're jacking up? Family. My house note ain't but $600 and something. The house note. The insurance is another $800 or more. Did you hear what I said? The insurance more than my house note. Say quality. Okay. Quality over quantity when it comes to medical staff. That's what Lifestyle Changes says. Betty Bob say they need more quality and training medical staff. Do they need to teach them how to have customer service? Do they need to teach them how to talk to patients, not just treat them? Because we're not going to feel comfortable with doctors and nurses and you know, other medical staff, CNAs, if they don't know how to treat us, family. Now look, he said, H-Town, this is from Betty Bounce. if I had the funds, I'd get you up here and let my oral surgeon take care of that tooth. Yes, because see, here's the problem I got. I can't go to community care because they pull a tooth at the VA. Now I can go to community care if I'm getting the tooth implant, but the implant, they do the implants there, but I'm gonna fight that from now here. I said I want to go to specialists that repairs implants. I saw it on TV one day. Because the doctor that actually put the tooth on say nothing he can do because the implants come from the VA and they won't approve it. Thank you for being so kind. Now, fam, let us continue. Now, this is what I think they should do. Just like they have for the attorneys when they try to trick us with the Veterans Benefit Improvement Act of 2024, but they give a lot of stuff to attorneys, like pay for their law internship, student loans, course and bar exams, bar membership dues. I think they should. Do y'all think they should do that for doctors that work for the VA, but they have to work for the VA how long? If they paid for all the fees for somebody to go to medical school, how long do you think that doctor should have to work for the VA system? Give me a number, family, for the VA to cover everything. Or do you think they should do it? Say no if you don't think they should do it. If you think they should, how many years do you think that a doctor, after they get their schooling paid for by the VA, how long should they work in the VA system before they can go private? I'm telling medical doctors should have something similar like they do for lawyers. Now, listen to what I read that one. H-Town, when was the last time you ate anything? I ate some before I came on live, but I have to be honest, before that, I hadn't eaten since breakfast. I think I lost a few pounds. I have to say that much. And they got me some soup. Because when they were gone, when my family was gone, I wouldn't really eat much of nothing. Yes, I don't keep nothing in the house when they gone. And when they got home, I had them go get groceries before I started the live. And they brought me back some, something I could eat that was soft. I couldn't eat nothing tough. So he gave me some hot tamales. And I could chew on that because the meat is soft. Now I say, yes, they need training about customer service, talking about the doctors, and realize that they can get fired or suspended. Realize they can get their behind beat. You know what? I think they don't think they're touchable, some of those workers, but they starting to see it now. Now, Gary's in the house. So let me pull back up that slide. We got to go to that slide. How long should doctors, if they get paid, if the VA pay for their schooling like they pay for lawyers, right? See how they pay for lawyers? The VA does, but most congressmen are lawyers, so they get this sweet deal for them. How long should they work for the VA if the VA pays for their medical school, their internship, and all that, residency, they call it? Jay says 4 to 6 years they should work for the VA before they go private. Gary say 10 years would be enough. Okay. And MG Smith says 4 to 6 years would be fair. Let me ask you this here. If they were able to make enough money to pay off the student loan or pay the VA back, should they be allowed out of that agreement? Or should they have to do the agreement? But now Betty Bob says, how long should they work at the VA? 5 years. That's what they do in Europe. Oh, Now love is in the house. Family, our prodigal son has come home. Huh? And what we asking, love, just like they pay for lawyers to go to law school and they have to work for the VA for 4 years, for 3 years, I'm sorry. How long, love, should a doctor or nurse work for the VA if they pay for their medical and all of that? Let us know. If they pay for their medical school and all the exams and everything, how long should they be obligated? Major Boomer says, everybody show love to Major Boomer and to love. He says, and to Gary, we thank you for being in here, Gary. All three of my brothers coming in. I'm glad. Major Boomer say 5 to 7 years. That sounds fair. Charleston says, Betty Bob Shipmate, you're a tough boss. I thank y'all for help. And Betty Bob, she made me feel so much better because my whole jaw was infected. They say it was flaring up. And I got to go take that antibiotic pill. And when I talk to y'all, I feel so much better. I don't even feel the pain like that. MG Smith said, good evening, love. Hope you are hoping you would be here. Okay, hoping you would be here. Okay. We because love brings a certain energy. H-Town, are you keeping hydrated? Yes. Now I've been drinking that water. Yes. Now that I've been doing. See, there they go. I need some ibuprofen like a Tylenol. Now, love say lots of doctors that work for the VA leave there not getting paid enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they get paid the same, family. Oh boy, y'all chatting away now. Y'all are just chatting away. Y'all gotta keep up. Now, Charleston says, hi, love, Major Boomer. Betty Bob say, shipmate, I have to. Y'all making me feel better because my anxiety was so bad about tomorrow morning. I'm going to go in and at least set up an appointment. They ought to see me in an emergency because of the fact that I was in the emergency room. They ought to see me, but I'm worried because my daughter them got to go back to school and pack up all their stuff they threw with that. So I don't want to hold them too long. I feel kind of bad about that. Gary, absolutely prorated buyout if they want to. So if the VA pays for that school, but they want to get out of it early, they would have to pay whatever year. So let's say they had to do 5 years. They only did 2.5, where they would have to pay the VA back for half of their student loans and fees that the VA covered. Is that fair? Now, love say hello, BM Smith. Yes, indeed. Look, my family done come home. We got Bionic Woman in the house. Said good evening, Mr. H-Town vet and veteran family. Welcome to the new subscribers, and hope everyone's getting the VA benefits they deserve. Family, let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know how many subscribers we got? We got 1,828. So we only need about 172 to get 2,000 subscribers. Only 9% of all YouTubers get to 1,000 subscribers. We're about to get to 2,000, family. Did you hear me? I say we trying to do it. Huh? And say, I hope everyone is getting the benefits they deserve. That change. This is what we talking about. I like to hear that, Bionic Woman. Now listen, Major Boomer says, Betty Bob say, Major Boomer, hello. I just feel like reading all the chats. Now, love say, hello, Charleston. And then Betty Bob say, love, hey. Then Larry says, MB, Major Boomer, and love. Yes, indeed. Then Major Boomer says, hello all, just got here. And we glad that you showed up. You understand? I got a tooth that has an exposed nerve, a chipped tooth, and it was serious pain, Major Boomer. And so now I got to go to the hospital in the morning. And the VA, I went to the emergency room. They gave me some stuff that helped me because I was in so much pain. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't even think straight. But I'm going to go there in the morning, see if they can set me up an appointment. This medicine keeping me kind of good. I'm not used to being immobile where I can't cut my grass. I can't clean my house. I got to be able to do something. I feel like I'm inadequate. Betty says, Gary, hey. Love say, hey, hi, Betty Bobs. Then MG Smith says, Bionic Woman, good evening. Charleston says, Bionic Woman, evening. Love say, hello, Major Boomer. Then Love say, hello, MG Smith. Betty Bob say, H-Town, let's all make sure they know that they are doing with your mouth being affected. Okay, right. Let me see. Let all make sure. No, okay. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, sister. Bionic Woman says, hi, love, Major Boomer, Gary, Betty Bob, Mr. Zimmerman, MG Smith, Jay, and Lifestyle. Now, for some of you, yeah, I'm gonna let them know it's infected. Now, if it's infected, would they have to get that infection down before they remove the tooth? What do you think? Because when it's infected like that. Okay. Now we have Coasty says, hi, Major Boomer and Love, and Gary. Now look what we got in here. Farm Girl Rebel, evening all, driving home from work. We'll be listening. Do you hear what the family's doing? Y'all make us feel special over here, like we're doing something important over here, like we're encouraging our fellow veterans, letting you know that you're not by yourself. Family, you got a place that you can come, that you not only will be heard, you will be put up on the screen so everybody know how important you are to us. Huh? Now see, this is the attention that the trolls wanted. But the problem is you can get attention. We don't reward bad behavior. If you want the attention, it has to be something based on mutual encouragement and support, not drama. Now, MG Smith said, Major Boomer, good evening to you. Family, y'all are just chatting away. I'm gonna just put that, I'm gonna have to put just y'all communicating each other. I'm gonna just put it up. And when y'all say something to me, I'll say something. Hope you're feeling better, Mr. H-Town. I'm feeling better. They got me on them 500 milligram ibuprofen. Coasty, high form girl, and everybody saying hello. Say, then Betty Bob say, form girl, how are you? Hope she's feeling well. She say she's driving home from work, and I hope she's getting her benefits and study moving up. He said, oops, MG Smith. He said, okay, Betty Bob's asking how, Bionic Woman, how are you? And everybody's showing, what is, family, this is what counts here. Now look what he said, MG Smith, that's okay, love. Oh, that's something between them. I don't know what they talking. So I'm gonna let them handle their personal business. Betty Bob says 18 likes and 14 watching. Come on, family. Now, Bionic Woman says, now that is great to hear about the subscribers. Yes, indeed. And we don't have no trolling issues. We pretty much, we when they come up, we're so solid and strong here, that's not even a factor. Anybody come in with anything odd, they're like a fish out of water. Am I right, family? Collins is a political puppet. Who think he's speaking for himself or he's just a political puppet? Who think he's a puppet? Love is good. VA is on the hot seat. Yes, indeed. Betty Bob's H-Town, do I need to come there and fly to the VA dental? No, I'm good. They gonna take me in the morning, huh? I'm gonna be good. I ain't gonna be no big baby. I don't want you getting on my case. I don't want you to use your airline miles to do that. Because I know you be a stewardess now. So you know, so Major Boom say, wow, H-Town, I know that hurts, yes. But I got them, they wasn't really working as much. I kind of had to, kind of do one and do one a little later. I can't take over 3,000 milligrams. So I got to make sure, I stretch it out. I know that hurts. We'll be praying for good results for you tomorrow. Yes, we're going to try to go early. I feel bad taking my family. Family, y'all are communicating like something else over here. Love say there needs to be checks and balances on the VA. Who needs to be doing the checks and balances? Congress is not doing their job, love. Who needs to be the one do that? We need a special committee over the VA, a special council, as they would say. Love, the VA needs to be checked for sure. Now, look what it say. Bionic Woman, Betty Bob's, just waiting on my CMP exam results. Okay. Now, love say VA problems going on for years. Yes, indeed. And they say how to farm girl, love, probably will have to get the infection down, but I don't really know. And I'm asking, so I'm taking antibiotics for the infection on my tooth. They say the nurse or the doctor, whoever it was, says highly infected. Now, Charleston said, I think it's the doctor. Yeah, I think they just didn't say who they were, but the way they're talking. Now, Charleston said, H-Town, jaw infection can spread to heart. Yes, get antibiotics. I have the antibiotics, and I got to take some. We get out of here. I've been taking it. I did miss taking it about 3 hours ago, so I need to take it again. Major Boomer, I've taken it today, though. High coasting. Yeah, we don't want to. Boy, y'all are just chatting away. Family, what is up with y'all? Y'all act like y'all happy to see each other or something. Now, when it comes to Medicare and VA hospital, which do you prefer, Medicare or the VA hospital? Is it simpler to deal with Medicare? Those of you that have it. Now, Costa said usually have to get rid of the infection before they will pull it. Okay, I needed to know that. That happened before. Yeah, you're right. H-Town, I'm not a doctor. My oral surgeon just did the surgery, and I had to wait until December 2025 to get the cataract surgery, and I did my first blood test tomorrow to see if the infection in the blood. Yes. Now, Jay Oliver says this, I am priority, Marine Reserve, and active Air Force. Okay. Now, I am prior, Marine Reserve, and active Air Force. That's good to know, Jay. Now, those of you that are new, tell us your branch of service and the state or country that you're currently living in. Now, I like this. 20 likes and 16 watching. Family, y'all don't realize. Remember, we would have about 60 to 80 people watching the live stream by the time we got done. These last ones, we've been having 320, and the last one we had 310 views by the time we got done, because people come and go, Yeah, the views, even though it may not be but so many in here at a time. Yes. I don't think they count them all so it's a lot more people than you see. Now, H-Town, when I had a bad tooth, they needed to remove. My dentist gave me antibiotics when I left. But mine is aggravated already, so I think it need to calm down. I need to keep taking these antibiotics that I got from the emergency room. And I'm going to go in there and see, can I set an appointment with him? Gary says, Dougie is believable when he argues for his veterans. Yeah, I have to say, if they don't come antagonize him, I like the way that Senator Bernie Sanders came at him. So yeah, that's some things that they probably don't have right. But when he starts saying, yeah, we need more doctors, more training, try to find some common ground too. Now listen, Love Loves H-Town, the tooth needs to be removed. I know. Do I need to wait until the infection goes down? Do I need to set an appointment and come back when the infection, because it's like totally in pain? Well, that's weird. I used to touch it and be totally hurting. Maybe the infection is going down. That's the first time I bit down on it and it don't hurt. That's weird. So maybe that infection medication is working. Do I need to set the appointment tomorrow, let them check it out, and if it's still aggravated, give it wait till the infection go down before they pull it? What do y'all think? Now, I ain't asked for medical advice, but I need pain advice. Now, Betty Bob said, H-Town, March 2025, the infection was still in my blood. Wow. Now, Brother Charleston says, hi, Gary. Evening. Then MG Smith said, H-Town, the IG was, but he got fired. Now, I need to know, we need to get to the bottom of that, why the IG got fired. And Betty Bobs, I looked over the information that you gave me, and we're going to be going over that. I like that. Yes, I did. That's the same site where I go get information, but they blocked me where it says no updates, but you able to go into it. Send the link where you find all this at va.gov, Betty Bobs. Because when I go, it says no new things. So let me know where you get in there. Because when I go to yours, I'm already inside it. I want to know the main page that you go to that show the update laws. Because I think they may have moved it or something. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Betty Bob said, Bionic Woman praying and keeping my fingers crossed. Family, y'all led it today. Now, Jay Oliver say, Collins is a political appointment and is fulfilling his role. He has no IG to critique his actions. Oh, they're not trying to replace the IG? They just gonna, that's interesting. They're not going to put somebody back in this place because the IG is supposed to be over things. That's interesting. Love. Everyone, service organization, Congress people, everybody to blame. Now, H-Town, that infection can spread to the brain and has shown up on my brain MRI in March 2025. Oh, I'm going to keep that antibiotics. H-Town. We social butterflies, yes, indeed. And that's why I'm glad we here, family. Love, say hello, Jay Oliver. And then hi, double love. Jay say, I like that, double love. Now, H-Town, they will give you stronger antibiotics after the surgery. Those antibiotics will upset your stomach. Oh, boy. Family, y'all don't know how y'all reducing my anxiety. Because for those of you that don't know that's watching, I have a chipped tooth and the nerve is infected and it was causing pain all around here. And until now, I couldn't bite down on it. Now, the whole tooth, I could feel pain. Now I can. It's not. But thank y'all for helping me about the infection. Love. H-Town, you need that taken care of right away. I'm gonna go in tomorrow morning. Kevin, but what about the infection, love? Shouldn't I get the infection down? Inflame? Let us know. Kevin Cobart Sr. says, evening, veteran family. And I want to give another special thing. I do in a minute. Charleston saying hi to our brother. Family, do you see how we interacted? I know you young people probably say we're a little slow for you, but family, you don't understand. Young people come in here and spend time. I spend time with my grandparents and parents and people that are older than me. You can learn, and we can learn from you too, because y'all know what's going on right now. Don't dismiss, because you're gonna be us one day, and you're gonna be in here needing this information that we going over. And then Betty Bob said, yes. H-Town, yes. I do know what you mean. I send it straight to you as I get it. Yes, indeed. I got it. I pull and send it to you. Thank you. Oh, I've been going over it now. I'm like, wow, look at all this information. Now, Chief Z for you, he's in the house. Everybody say, hello, everyone. Come on, family. Show the love. Come on, family. Come on, show the love. I'm trying to catch up. And Jay Oliver says, Trump fired numerous IGs and placed Dougie as multi-agency IG czar. Oh, hold on. He don't plan on putting the IG back in office? Oh, so he's, wow. Kevin saying hi to Sister Betty Bobs. And Betty Bob saying hi and Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Everybody show some love. Tell them Happy Mother's Day. We're going to say that again. Kevin Coburn, Betty Bob say, Kevin Coburn Sr., hello to Mrs. and Happy Mother's Day to the Mrs. Coburn Sr. And they're speaking to him. Now, look, they were speaking, Coasty was speaking to Kevin and Chief Z for you. Love says, Trump fired the acting OIG. It's all political. Who's going to watch the VA? At least they was putting out reports. Who going to put out reports on the VA when they're over sending people to exams when they shouldn't? When they're not giving the dependents their disability insurance? I'm just, the greetings. Kevin say, at H-Town, I just got back in town. Now you ain't got the results on that CMP exam, have you? Then Charleston said, he's saying hi. I'm gonna kind of go through the highs so I can catch up when y'all speaking to each other, okay? I'm gonna put it on the screen. H-Town, this is awesome. What's awesome? Tell me what's awesome, brother. Tell me what's awesome. And it must be awesome because we already at 21 likes. Whenever we get over 20, we know we doing good. And we back up to 18 people watching. It's probably going to drop. Come on, family. Say, we're older, but not out yet of style. Come on, saying. We still got flavor. Huh? Come on, family. Kevin Colbert Sr. say, Happy Mother's Day to all my female vets. Now, Love say, H-Town, you get a tooth surgery from your dentist because of that tooth. I will. Major Boomer says, Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. Yes, indeed. And tell Mrs. Boomer Happy Mother's Day to her. Do you realize by us just talking here, we got 20 people in this room? Family, we be getting up. One day, we've made up to 30 before. One day, we going to get up to 50 people in this room. Watch. I want us to break 50 one day. I think even when we first started, we had like 30-something people in here. And then Bionic Woman said, Happy Mother's Day. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at the flowers. My daughter taking her mom some flowers. Now, Kevin Colbert say, evening to Bionic Woman. And then Colbert says, H-Town vet, not yet, still waiting. Okay. You haven't heard anything about that CMP exam. Uh, uh, Gary said, "Happy Mother's Day, ladies." Ooh, I'm trying to play catch up with y'all. And then Lifestyle Changer says, "For me, none of that matters unless they are advocates respectfully." So IGs, none of that matters. Okay. Then Love say, "Trump is replacing OIG. Trump will pick a new OIG." Oh, he's not getting rid of the position. Now listen to what Bionic Woman says to me here. And let me come up to full screen so I can read these better. She says, "Mr. H Town, take some food with the antibiotics." Okay, I'll remember to do that to keep from getting upset your stomach. Also, ginger ale helps as well. I forgot about ginger ale. Everybody's speaking. Then we got MG Smith says, "H Town, your family is all coming in." Yes. Yes, indeed. Y'all showing me love, and they got me back here too. Coach said, "Happy Mother's Day to all mothers." Come on, family. Do you see how we do it around here? Now, Bionic Woman says, "Hi, Kevin Cobar Sr. Hope your recovering is going well." Yes, indeed. Betty Bob says, "Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Boomer." Lifestyle Change say, "For vets." And then Betty Bob say, "Happy Mother's Day to all my veteran sisters." Yes, indeed. See, we acknowledge female veterans here. All the women, veterans or not. This ain't no male veteran channel. This is a veterans channel for all veterans. And that's why we grow. That's why we're unique. That's why we here, because we're interactive. Huh? Now, Love say, "Everyone needs to keep in mind new administration is making changes. It's all political. Listen to, I guess, what they're saying." Bionic Woman says, "Thank you, Betty Bob." And then Kevin Cobar Sr. talking about, okay, he said something directly to her. Then Jay Oliver say, "Dougie leads the Office of Government Ethics and Office of Special Counsel, along with being the Secretary of the VA." That's a lot of weight on one person. That concerns me. I hope he can handle it. The first two positions are supposed to be temporary. Okay. H-Town ginger ale should be a staple in your house. I'm gonna start getting ginger ale because my family used that to keep settled stomach too. Love. Only Congress can remove the position of OIG, position that will never happen. Okay, so they'll never take that away. Oh, I'm almost caught up. Then Major Boomer says, "Thanks, Betty Bobs. I will tell her when she gets back home." Yes. How is Frog Princess sent me some wonderful information, Major Boomer. How is Frog Princess doing? She had done so beautifully singing for us during Christmas. Her and her friend, they even sung for us during New Year's. MG Smith, Oliver, I did know that. Okay. I didn't know that. Good. We helping each other. That's them out there spraying for mosquitoes. Betty Bob's 22 likes and 16 watching. She said ginger tea before. Yeah, I got some pieces of ginger that I cooked, so I'm gonna have to do that too. I got that. Family. Y'all are doing so wonderful. I hope they don't mess with the Medicare, VA law. All right, let me see what I got for VA law. Okay, so it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Hold on. Come on. This thing going crazy on me. I pulled up something Betty Bobson gave me, but this is not what it's talking about drill pay. Okay. It's talking about, so we ain't going to go over that today. So we're going to skip this section today. Let me see. I can pull it up. Hold on. I can see if we have anything. And I'm going to try to get the link that she has. Because I think what I got is not up to date. Now listen what Love say. Collins is speaking what Trump wants. Listen to him carefully, okay? H-Town VA law is watching you. Yeah, because they blocked me. I can't pull it up no more. And because I got a link on it. And it goes there and they say no updates. They just, man. J. Oliver, M.G. Smith, I research, pay taxes and pay attention. Yes. Now you're talking about Charles say, Bob, Pastor Collins too busy to approve any new VA law. Boy, that doggone Charleston be at it. And see, family, we're a special group of people. So no update on VA law, but I'm going to get that fixed. I'm going to try to get around them blocking me out like that. Remember I used to update it all the time, family? Let me see what we got here. Now, let's see what we got here. Give me a second. I got an article that I want y'all to see when we get up here. Now, they laughing. And Betty Bob's laughing. And we got here, it says, M.G. Smith said, H-Town sounds like Dougie got too many pokes in the fire. Yes, he got a lot pokers in the fire. Yes, indeed. Now, family, what we're going to do now, I did want to show you something under VA News. All right. Fake news, real news. Let's go over it. Now, guess what? Tell me if y'all saw this coming. All right, let me pull myself up here. Tell me if you saw this coming, family. Okay? Tell me on the VA News. Let me pull it up. Okay, family. I'm trying to make it with no ads pop up, but that's almost impossible. Check this out. Look at this, family. They have over 11,000 VA healthcare employees apply for leave, but very few eligible for separation incentive. Over 11,000 Department of Veteran Affairs employees in the health care related positions have requested to quit their jobs through a variety of government separation incentives. Of those, more than 1,300 VA nurses, nearly 800 medical support assistants, and 200 VA physicians have applied for the agency deferral resignation program known as DRP, accepted an early retirement offer or voluntary retired from the agency. That, according to the data Federal News Network obtained from an internal dashboard tracking DRP request at the Veteran Healthcare Administration. Many VHA, Veteran Healthcare employees, Veteran Healthcare Administration employees aren't eligible for the deferred resignation program, which would put them on paid administrative leave through September 30th. Wow. Did y'all hear about that? Is that crazy or what, family? Huh? They asked them to resign, and other people don't qualify. They gonna be put on what is it? Well, they gonna be on paid leave though. Who heard about that? Give us a why in the chat if you heard about it. Jay heard about it. Before I saw the article, no, I hadn't heard about it. H-Town hadn't heard about it. Who heard about that? Now listen to what Charleston say. He say, remember always quit before being fired. Golden rule. Yes. Jay heard about this here. H-Town didn't. Jay say one, he heard, okay. Why have you heard about it? Okay. Betty Bops is up on the game. MG Smith hadn't heard about it. Most of us hadn't heard about it, including myself. Charleston didn't hear about it. Major Boomer, yeah. So we getting people that are close to retirement that have most of the experience. Now, where you gonna get these qualified, experienced people to stay? They tapping out. They say we getting up out of here. Over 200 doctors, family. How many nurses? 1,300 nurses. 800 medical support people, assistants, in administration and things like that. Come on, family. What's going on? Should we be concerned? Let us know. Should we be concerned? I just want to update. We gave you some news. We gave you the news. I ain't saying it's good news, but we're giving you the news, family, here. We don't need to do that because we ain't showing no video. Now, about the channel, family, so go ahead. Whatever you want to talk about, we're going to get back to somebody's question. Kosi said he didn't hear about it. Kevin Colbert Sr. said, yes, he did. Kevin said, always concerned. Now, our channel, for those of you who wasn't here last time, or you want to say, what do you like most about the channel? Those that didn't get to respond. Do you like that it's informative, interactive, transparent, troll-free? What channel that can say they're troll-free? Come on now. What YouTube channel, even veteran channel, can say that they troll-free? You see why I handle things the way that I do? Now, Jay Oliver say, Dougie said 390,000 were excluded. Okay. Now, for the new people, what do you like about the channel? Interactive, informative, transparent, you feel safe, it's protected, respectful, or it's troll-free? What's the best benefit? I asked some of the other people last night. Let us know. Now, let's see here. New releases, family. You say positive analysis. Okay. I try not to be biased. Now, Jay, so the new people, let us know. Jay says interactive. Why is it so important that mostly everybody say interactive? What is it about the channel being interactive that sets good with you? Come on now. Because interactive meaning, is there any other channel any other veteran channel that is interactive. This is part one to what we just saw. This is part one. And by the time we got through, it had, at the end of the video, we had over 310 views. Now we're up to about 360. Interactive. So let me ask. So he say interactive. Jay say interactive. Now listen to Charleston. He say troll free. Sounds like a old phone company. Toll free, right? Now, very detailed information. Family, when you say detail, so nobody's breaking it down like this here. Okay. Now, detailed information, not vague information. We not giving, if they asked us, we gonna tell them. Now, yeah, we sitting there, we casual and break, we know we down home with it, you know what I'm saying? But we not playing with the information. Don't know, look, and can't nobody come up here and try to tell me I don't know what I know. You understand? You know the experts have come through. You know, but free exchange, not a lecture. Okay, let me ask you this here, family. Why is it important that this not be a lecture? He say lecture learning, learning lecture. So why is it important that it be interactive? So, and from what I'm gathering, only a few people actually do it live. You say most of them are recorded, right? Because I think Civ do live sometime. I've seen him, Civ Div, I think he does it live sometime. Are there any other ones that do it live? And this is when I was on VA claim substitution. If the veteran passes, the family member can be substituted into the VA claim on behalf of the veteran. Watch that for more detail. Did you know about that, Jay? Who didn't know about claim substitution that's new to the channel? Now listen what Betty Bops says. Let me pull this all the way up. She say great information, and it is broken down in H-Town. You don't know one of us have experience. Let's say you don't know one of us have experience and know the information. Okay. Now I say cause a lecture sounds like viewers are idiots. Yeah, just talking at them. Just sit down and listen to what I say. No, I learned from you too. Now look at MG Smith say, H-Town, we value each other's opinion. Where can you go and get that type of respect? Huh? Who told you that your opinion didn't matter? Who told you that? In the words of in the voice of Malcolm X, who told you? Jay Oliver says, yes, I knew that, and I have a military family. Come on now. Claim substitution. This is the most popular. This one here just going off the chain. The one, this I think I'll going up toward 500 views. Now this ain't a, you understand? This is not a regular video. This is a live stream. Fully developed claim and overdeveloped. If you want to know how the VA have you fill out extra paperwork that you don't supposed to, excessive exams that you shouldn't go to because you already have one, watch this video on overdeveloped claim. Now Jay say yes. Okay, yeah, I read that one. Now, if you haven't seen my story, my road to 100% PNT, it'll be real beneficial because I tell my story and others shares in their experience on my road to 100% permanent and total. Now, MG Smith say DD214 alum. Yes. Family, we got it here. Yes, we do. And this was real good, talking about the progress of the channel and your personal progress, past, present, and future. People tend to really love this one. And this one is just necessary. Everyone should have this, and make sure your family have access to this video when a veteran passes away. What to do when a veteran passes away. Now, as we were saying, here at the H-Town Vet, we have our rules, and the reason we go over them, that's how we keeping it troll free, because nobody can say they don't know. When we stop going over the rules, that's when they try to slip back up in there. And you say, I check them. And I don't be mean or over harsh. Know the rules, family. If you don't, you better ask somebody. Ask H-Town. First thing we're going to get is a warning. Now, we had one of our fellow veterans who come in and out, and he was kind of, talking on some off stuff. I said, hey, listen, now get back on topic. This is, I think I may have said warning. And, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, because we ain't doing that no more. People talking about left, right, left. I went to just saying nonsense talk. We're not doing that. We grown-ups in here. So you get your warning, and we'll move on if nothing happens. If you keep it up, you're gonna get the day off, and we'll kick you from the live stream. And if you keep it up and you try to overtake the channel, permanent vacation. Come on now. Now, if you want to follow us, we actually had a live stream last night, but our regular scheduled live streams on Sundays like today and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time, because I'm in Texas. And we'll have impromptu live streams also. If you would like to contact us. Oh, I thought I had deleted out there, but I want to thank Madre for his donation. We acknowledged him last time. We want to thank him for his $25 donation. We appreciate you, my brother. And here's our contact information and our Cash App. If you haven't done so, smash that like button. What's that count up in here, Betty Bops, if you're still in there, sister? Share with other people, and subscribe. To actually interact in the chat, you have to be subscribed. But those of you that are not, you just want to sit back and observe the channel to see if it's something worth subscribing to. We respect that. But in order to interact in the chat, you have to be subscribed for at least 5 days. All right? Now, family, we done with it. We at the what? After party, family. Now, any questions, last questions, comments, concerns? We've been in there for 2 hours and 42 minutes, family. Now, Sister Betty Bob says we have 22 likes and 13 watching. Let me ask you this here. What things do you like interacting about? What is it about the interaction that you enjoy? Is it being able to talk, communicate with other veterans? Is it to be able to express your opinion on the topic? Or is it to get feedback so you get a better understanding of the topics, issues that affect veterans? Or you just like the social atmosphere? What is it about the interaction that you like? And the other question I want to ask you, and like I said, we're getting ready to close out. What do you think? How do you think we were able to squash the troll problem? Let us know. H-Town and other veterans, okay. Other veterans, okay. The interaction with other veterans. Betty Bob says being able to get feedback and win AK, okay. Opinions and experiences. Now that's real powerful. He just broke it down in 2 words. Brother Charleston broke it down in 2 words. Opinions and experiences. Let me tell you. Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, when asking questions and I don't feel stupid. Somebody to be as knowledgeable as you are, that's amazing. Now, let me ask y'all this. Some have already told me. Put a 1 in the chat if you went to other veteran channels and you had questions that they didn't answer. Put a 1 in the chat if you went to other veteran channels. I've asked some of you this before, but put a 1 in the chat, family. If you went to other veteran channels and you put a question in the chat or you sent them an email and they never responded to it. I'm talking about the big channels. Come on, family. Come on. Put a 1 in the chat if you asked. Kevin Cobarcine say he did. Okay. Betty says she did. Charleston said he did. Now, have there ever been any questions here? I know I may have overlooked some, but just tell the truth that I've ignored your question here at the H-Town. Betty Bob say her too. She was ignored. So was Brother Charleston. Now listen to what Jay Oliver says. Claims, vets, opinions, news, updates, and questions. Yes, indeed. What makes you family? And I want to know this from y'all. What makes y'all want to come back here? Why do you look forward? And I'm making a presumption. If you don't, tell me you don't look forward to it. But what makes you look forward to coming back to another live stream? What is it that has happened? And tell us, Brother Jay Oliver, didn't you tell us you, brother or sister, I don't know what you're, but Jay Oliver, why do many of you like Betty Bops, Jay Oliver, why do y'all observe the channel before y'all actually come up and chat? Why do you do that? And Kevin says, Jay Oliver, true story. Why do y'all observe before y'all come up and chat? How many of y'all have observed? You can put a thumbs up in the chat if you've observed the channel before you actually started interacting. Who observed at least one? You didn't comment on the first live stream you came. Let us know if you sit back for a while. Huh? Let us know. Because you notice we growing the channel. I'm not asking you these questions for no reason, because we trying to make this thing better and other people. Now look, Charleston say, update VA happenings covered. Yes. Now, Jay Oliver say, I have some knowledge to add. Come on now. That's why it's interactive. Now, let me pull this up on the screen. The stuff ain't shaded. Now I can see it better. H-Town. To come back, it makes me feel like I'm in touch with the outside world with other veterans. Come on now. That's how I feel. Now, Love say, H-Town, most veteran channels is not doing live streams this long. You just made a point that I never thought about. What's the longest you've seen with a live stream with a veteran channel? I've seen maybe an hour. Have you ever seen a continuous live stream where they're on for hours? I have to cut these things short because y'all took me almost to 6 hours one day. People observe to see if they fit. I like that. He made two. Can I read his Love's statement again? Please let me read it again. H-Town, most veteran channels is not doing live streams this long. Great point. Never thought about that observation. The second thing he says, people observe to see if they fit in the channel, if they can be related here. Yes, part of the team. Great thing. Kevin Cobar Sr. says, H-Town vet, It's part of my weekly schedule. Wow. Betty Bob say, H-Town, you make me research and be prepared for you and to share information. Huh? That's a motivation because that gives us purpose in life. We got this knowledge. We got these struggles. Some of us has been incarcerated. Remember I said that veterans get incarcerated and get harsher sentences than the general population for the same crime. Did you know that? I wait for almost 3 months. Okay, I wait. So how long did you wait? Betty Bob says she waited for about 3 months. Jay said that they waited for about 4 live streams or 4 days. Let me ask you this, Betty Bob. Did you see any of the drama going on? You can talk now, sister. Did you see any of the drama going on? Did you observe things, some of the drama going on before you came up? Let us know. Because I like to know you've been an observer, and you was outside. What were you seeing? Did you see any of the trolling? What did you see, sister? Love saying, there is no veteran champ. Let me clear my voice. There is no veteran channel doing live streams this long. Family, do y'all know of any other veteran channels that are on for this long? Huh? Betty Bops, they may do live streams twice a month for an hour. Okay. Yeah, that's true. The only ones I saw doing it, they may do it for an hour. Love. H-Town told you too many times your live streams is needed. Okay. You say it's needed. What am I bringing to the table that's needed? All right, we're going to get ready to close out, but let H-Town know what is the H-Town Vet channel bringing to the table that's lacking on the social media realm. Let us know. Did you? Now look, I love this here. Oh, y'all just chatting away. Y'all not going to keep me all night. I got things to do in my life. Now listen, Betty Bob say, I was too focused on what you were talking about. I like that you got those trolls out your house. How you think they butt hurt? Huh? Did I get them up out of here? I told you I was going to do it and I did it. It's my pleasure. I let them, I couldn't see, you can't, let me tell you something. People expect direct confrontation. Huh? And sometimes that's necessary. But the Bible says there's a time for peace and there's a time for war. There's a time for love and there's a time for hate. Huh? That's Ecclesiastics. Huh? But it is a time to clean house. And when it was time, I did it. But I want to do it surgically. I didn't want to come in with a hatchet. I want to come in with a scalpel and cut it out without harming the people that support my channel and messing with my credibility, because y'all gonna be like, what's H-Town all tripping about? You can't see it, but I saw it, and I said, I'm gonna get to it. They thought the trolls thought I didn't see them. I stumped a mud hole in them. You go home and play with your mama. It's Mother's Day. Shout out to your mother. But you go home and play with her. You don't play with me. I'm a grown man. You understand? Now, Charleston said, and I'm talking to them trolls, H-Town, most veterans don't roll over when government hand out fear. We regroup. No, we don't roll over. That's a challenge to us. We have people in the military hounding us and some of us trying to degrade us or push some of the leadership and some other people picking on us. Love says, H-Town, you are providing for all veterans to speak and learn. Now think about this here. Do I shut any veterans out, family? Do I shut out any civilians? Huh? Everybody's welcome here. But you gonna act like you got some sense. Because as I say, when I go in somebody else's house, I respect their rules. And if I don't like what's going on, I get in my vehicle and roll on out. But I'm going to respect their house while I'm there. If I don't like what's going on, and if I'm not down with that, get in my car and leave. Now, Jay Oliver says, 1 month I waited, didn't see drama, just noticed small viewer numbers. Huh? Yeah, because when you start getting all them viewers, drama and viewers. Now, Love say, ask everyone, H-Town. I hear you. Now, Love say, there's enough people here that have experience with the VA to help everyone. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I want y'all to hear this, family. A lot of people just listen to us and they don't participate in the chat, but y'all make it where they feel like they're a part of it, even though they may not be people that want to interact like that. But eventually, many of them show up and come up. Betty Bob says, H-Town, those trolls are out. Let me ask you, what way do you think the trolls might have tried to come back in? If they come back in, do you think they're going to be able to disrupt us? Family, what's different about the channel now that the trolls can't? Do you think because we solidified a stronger bond with each other? What do you think the thing is now? So H-Town, okay. H-Town, you're welcome everyone. Okay. Now, why is that? Is that new unique? Why is there any veteran channels that welcome everybody? And when you say everyone, what do you mean? I don't care if you're a male or female veteran. Come on now, listen, can we talk about it? She said, I welcome everybody. Listen here. I'm the only YouTuber that does stuff like this. Follow what I'm saying. I'm the only one that says we don't rank veterans here. Special forces don't get no special privileges here. If you're a combat veteran, I'm a combat veteran. You ain't no special. We all veterans here. Military officers, we all the same rank here. Female veterans are not treated different from male veterans. And invisible veterans, such as veterans like myself, black veterans, nah, you don't get treated different either. You hear what I'm saying? Come on now. Any invisible veteran, ones that they don't acknowledge. Come on now. So family, we're going to give our last little now listen what Love say. H-Town, you can't please everyone. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Now, family, y'all give y'all last greetings. We leaving. We almost making 3 hours. We're 2 hours and 58 minutes. Thank you, Love, for showing up when you did. Betty Bops, all the strong information. Thank you. For Jay Oliver, thank you for finally stepping up and coming in here and greeting us with your knowledge, wisdom, kindness, respect, and sitting back and peeping game to see what we all about. We consistently do it this way. We're not afraid of engaging nobody. Come back and tell us. We tell you something wrong, come back and let us know. Charleston. Brother Charleston, thank you for being so brutally honest about everything. Come on now, family. We glad that Brother Kevin Kobar Sr. is in here, and we're hoping that he get all the information he need about his CNP exam. Y'all be supportive of everybody that's having CNP exams right now. I think Betty Bops has something going on, and we pray for y'all. Y'all pray for my surgery. I mean, for them pulling this tooth. I'm shouting out everybody up here. If I miss your name, charge it. MG Smith just comes with that hot fire, that energy. We thank you. You're just consistent. You bring life. He busts up in there and everybody, because it was like a little dead at first because a lot of people y'all didn't know last night that I was on. So it was a lot of new people that's kind of just chill. And boy, he came up in here and brought that energy. Coasty, we got our Coast Guard member. Let your other Coast Guard members know. Thank you, Coasty. Coasty is he keep us in touch with what's going on with the Coast Guard, and we thank him for it. Oh man, we just been laughing and having fun. I'm trying to Major Boomer, thank you, and we thank you and your family for all that you do and your participation and support. Bionic Woman, we wish you're doing well. We thank you. Lifestyle Changes, thank you for all the key statements that you made that was right on point. Thank you. Gary, we thank you. And happy Mother Day, as Gary say, to all the lady veterans and your family members and dependents and wives and everybody. Yes, indeed. Make sure I didn't miss nobody. Oh, also to Farm Girl Rebel. She hope she made it home safe and take care of them animals, working hard. We want to get her that increase that she deserves. Boy, y'all done a lot of chatting tonight. Ooh, boy, y'all done a lot of chatting. So I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anyone. And I thank you so much. Oh, Black Ambrosia. She had to go over to our brothers Jason's channel, and we thank God for her. She supports us. She's not a veteran, but she supports several of her family members have been in the military. So we thank her for all the important and strong, commentary that she brings to the channel. Let me see what we got. Rose City D, thank you, Rose City D. Dallas Vasquez, thank you so much. Marquez, I mean. Dallas Marquez, thank you. Always be sitting here, may not say much, but Dallas is always up in here and will comment at certain times. Now, family, y'all have done an incredible job. Let me see. Let's say good night to each other. Now, let's see where we at. Man, y'all chatted so much. Listen here. Listen what he says. Love said, H-Town, there's no veterans YouTube channel that is no live stream this long and interactive subscribers. Now, that's key. I'm going to have to put that in the... Can I use that, Love? Or are you going to give me for copyright infringement? This channel... I'm going to have to put that in the description. That is live streams. They average over 2 or 3 hours and interactive with subscribers. Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, let me get my stuff up on the screen so I can see this better. Says, H-Town, you wouldn't give me that power to put those trolls out. Black female veterans are definitely overlooked. You won't give me the power to put them trolls out. I'm gonna get y'all. Y'all gonna when the channel get big, what we doing is building a solidarity so you'll know what I want. So I'm gonna have y'all to be what they call those people that are monitors. Some of y'all gonna be monitors. What you think? Y'all thought I ain't had no game to this? So you're gonna know. See, as we go on, you're gonna know what I want, what I don't. I ain't gonna tell you, hey, get this person out of here. Hey, do this here. Hey, put them in timeout. You'll get it. Coasty trolls, no You own their game. How do they know, Coasty? When did they figure it out? When I don't say nothing, then I come back. Look, y'all just chatting away. Boy, y'all something else. H-Town, G.S. Smith say, H-Town, good night and feel better soon, and family until next time. Now, boy, y'all made me feel good. And I know you trolls watching, because you know when y'all start talking about it, it's 18 people in there now. We was down to 11 and 9. Now, love, says H-Town trolls will come back under a new name. How can we deal with that? Or should we not worry about it? Betty Bob says, H-Town, have a lovely Monday. Happy Mother's Day to you. And if you need me to fly out there to take care of the dentist, asked for that anesthesia. I will. Now, let me ask you, with the anesthesia, do they put the thing over your mouth or they stick something down your throat? With anesthesia, do they put it over your mouth? Just like a little cone thing? Because they have to stick something in my throat, they may not have to be able to do that. I'd have to do it where they just put it over my mouth. How do they do it? Let me know, family. Charles say, H-Town, feel better. That tooth is a bummer. Man, it's a bummer. You see the kindness here? Jay says, good night and Godspeed, everyone. I like to say what the Green Goblin said to Spider-Man. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Before he tried to take him out. Charles say, good night, family. Love say, good night, Jay. And then Kevin said, evening, veteran family. Then Betty Bob says, good night, veteran family, and happy Mother's Day. Look who's back up in here. Love say, good night, Betty Bobs. Y'all know Farm Girl Rebel up in here. And how y'all leaving when there's more people coming in? Love say, use that, H-Town. I will. I'll use what you say. That this channel have the longest live stream of any other veteran channel. And what's the other one? And we interact on a personal basis with subscribers without any filters. That might have to be our next live stream. That's what we have to do. We're going to talk about no filters and the longest live streams so we can hear from you. Yeah, thank you, love. You just gave me an idea. Betty Bob say, H-Town, they husband asked if you got the tooth out, 22 likes and 15 watching. I hear you. Now, listen to Farm Girl Rebel say, made it back home to say good night to everyone. Everybody say good night to my sister. Love say, H-Town, you need boosters for sure. Okay, do they put the thing over your mouth? Let me know. Or do they stick something down your throat? I don't want, because they can't stick it down my throat. Major Boomer say, take care and good night, H-Town and family. I will with that too. We're going to get up in the morning. Betty Bob say, Farm Girl, glad you made it home safe. Yes, indeed. Now, Farm Girl Rebel says, thanks, Betty. Hope you and everyone has a wonderful day. Now, family, I want y'all to understand, with all this confusion going on in our country, all of this racial tension. Now, I'm not one to ignore it because you know me, I stand on my business as a black man. But isn't it good that we all here, they can't lie and say all of us not getting along, all of us, that some of us not working together. We are Americans. We better learn how to deal with each other. We can have differences, but let me tell you something. When somebody start attacking this country, we better be on code. Now listen to what Major Boomer, I hope the chipped tooth is taken care of tomorrow. I hope so. Betty Bob say, H-Town is over the nose. I'll do anesthesia over the nose. So family, thank y'all for being so incredible today. so incredibly patient. We did the second part to our live stream. Love said part 2 to Dougie Goes to Congress, and talking about the layoffs and veteran benefits issues. Now, Love say, H-Town, you will get the mask. Just tell your dentist what problems you have. Okay, I want the mask. I want to just wake up. Now, I want to say good night to the family. Thank y'all for being here, and we appreciate it. We just made 3 hours and 9 minutes, almost 3 hours and 10 minutes just now. So thank y'all. We want y'all to have a wonderful night. Until next time, good night.